Bro, welcome. Welcome to another episode of Across the Pond MMA. We've got a lot to talk about today, ladies and gentlemen. We have got a lot to talk about today. But I think it's only right we talk about our fallen hero, Israel Adesanya. Lads, what did we think of Adesanya versus Pyfer?
I don't know, man. Maybe I should take this one first. So first things first, for full disclosure, man, Izzy, that was my hero, man. Him and the entire City Kickboxing team showed me a lot of hospitality when they beat Alex in Miami. So I got a whole lot of love for them. With that being said, man, this one hurt the most, bro. I'm going to be real. Like, I seen him lose to DDP, Alex, Strickland, Imavov. This one just felt worse because, man, a part of me, I'll be honest, I'm probably in the minority with this one. After the first round, man, I started to have that feeling of like, oh, but is this where it like changes? Like, even though he was doing well in moments, there were still certain reactions I wasn't liking, particularly the linear retreats, the reaching out, posting out on the biceps constantly, the stance switching in boxing range, similar things that were getting him dropped against DDP, Imavov, and Strickland. And I just remember thinking, man, it's coming at some point, man. I believe in Izzy here. Like, I think he's going to win, but, oh, man. And then when I saw Izzy plant his feet and start trading, I was just like, oh, well, I don't know, man. Let's just see what happens. The body lock, the takedown happens. And I think Piper's not getting enough credit, though, for how good of a grappler he is. I know people were like criticizing Izzy for his grappling there, but I mean, yeah. Joe is at the point where there is just a gap between him and Izzy in that aspect. And he gave him the classic dilemma of back mount, full mount, just flip between the two. But I don't know, man. I was very sad to see it happen, but I think I've kind of just accepted this is where Izzy's at now, where Izzy is not at his peak, but he's not bad. He's not
washed. He's not washed. I keep seeing people saying, oh, he's washed. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's going to go on a Tony Ferguson run, which genuinely that could actually happen, to be fair. But, like, I don't think he's washed. He's looking good in these fights, but it's like, in my opinion, it's like his fight IQ's just gone down in the shitter, and I know why. He's been told for years, you're a boring fighter. You're a leg kicker. That's all you do. You throw a jab. You throw a leg kick. You're Mr. Feint Man. You're Mr. Feint Man, and that's all you are. And now, the Imavov fight, the DDP fight, and the Pyfer fight, what have they all been? They've all been really entertaining, and Adesanya's been fighting completely differently. I think it comes down to that. I think he wants to try and prove that he's not some boring-ass fighter. And this is why he keeps making these stupid decisions, because before he started to do shit against Pyfer, he was doing really good. He was eating up the fucking leg, and I was thinking, wow, those are some lovely leg kicks. And then he just thinks, you know what, I'm going to try to do a rock'em sock'em robot against Joe fucking Pyfer, and that's when it all went downhill for Adesanya. I don't think he's as washed as people make out. If you want to say he's washed, I can kind of get it, but I don't think he's that badly washed, in my opinion. I think he's still quite skilled.
Yeah, this one, I'm Nigerian, right? This one didn't even make me sad. It pissed me off. I was ready to fight and jump through the screen, get in there, because that nigga pissed me off, right? I went to Twitter and I was like, I love Izzy, because actually, people talk about McGregor and Rousey as like the biggest UFC fighters, name value. The first UFC fighter I ever knew was Izzy because of like anime. So they were like making like YouTube videos like, this UFC fighter did this Death Note anime shit, and I was like, who's this nigga? This nigga hella lanky and shit. So I seen him. I was like, oh, he's Nigerian too. My dad seen him, my pop seen him, and then that was when I started to pick up on the UFC. We started to watch his fights and shit. So my whole family was like, okay, this is Mr. Nigeria. Let's do it. So the DDP fight, out of all the fights I've ever watched in UFC history, I was the most nervous in my life. Like, I was shaking to the gills, bro. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. He lost that. I was sad. Imavov, he lost it. I was sad. Joe Pyfer, he was whooping his ass. Izzy was whooping Joe Pyfer's ass, and then he decided to just have fun. He didn't want to win yesterday. If he wanted to win, he would have kept doing what he did in round one. But I'm just like, Izzy, what are you doing, my nigga? Like, this shit and like Jay said, the hands out, the trading, bro, stick to your jab. And like he doesn't move his head off the center line. He used to go to a boxing gym. That city kickboxing shit, I don't do any of them niggas move their head? Does Dan Hooker slip his head?
No,
A
Dan
couple-
Hooker, no.
They don't
I will
train
say that-
slips.
I will say Oldberg and Sterling a little bit better with the head movement. I mean, I see what you're saying.
Izzy was keeping his head on the center line the whole time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel
there was a
like
couple of them.
Oldberg and Sterling are the only ones who are doing well from that gym. Like
There was a couple of
Adesanya's foul, Kai Kara France's foul, and I don't even know if he's doing MMA anymore. And Dan Hooker's foul, like they're all starting to fall off at City Kickboxing. Besides Navajo Sterling and fucking Oldberg, who could have potentially crossed paths in the future as well.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
with Adesanya and Joe Pyfer, you know, out of the four of us, there was one person on this podcast that actually predicted Joe Pyfer to win. And the problem is with you guys is you didn't watch enough tape, as Marauder MMA would say. You didn't watch enough tape for this one.
I'm Mr. Watch the tape. I'm Mr. Watch it and break it down. Okay, let me tell you something. I didn't watch tape. I'm gonna admit this. I did not watch. I did not look. I will admit I did not watch tape for this fight. The reason I didn't want to watch tape is because nigga, who wants to turn on Joe Pyfer versus Jack Hermanson and watch that bitch 25 minutes?
I did
didn't
that
wanna-
shit though.
I didn't want to. Look, there's times where you know you should, but I was like, I'm not really in the mood to watch Joe Pyfer versus Jack Hermanson because I got my food and I turned it on. I was like, you know what? Fuck out. Luke Riley versus Bogdan Grad. So then I
Yeah.
watched that and I made a video on that. And then I was like, Joe Pyfer. No,
bro.
I'm just gonna pick Izzy.
But I know,
That's what
I know
Jack went.
Ben's tooting his own horn because he got it right that Joe Pyfer won. But Joe Pyfer didn't win because he's the better fighter. He won because Adesanya just became stupid. He
Well,
became stupid. That's the only
well,
reason he won. So you're not getting all this credit for getting a
No.
fucking fight right for once
No,
in your
but
stupid
the
fucking life.
thing
Because
is-
let's be honest, Ben, your predictions this year, they've been fucking dog shit, okay? So when you get one right, don't start giving it the biggin, because typically you're quite shit with predictions,
No,
okay,
but the
mate?
thing is, Alfredo, the thing is with that, you know better than anybody, and anybody that's been watching me for any length of time knows, they call me the Piotr Yan of predictions for a reason. I adapt. Here's the thing.
Zero title
Oh,
defenses.
No, bro. I adapt, right? And this is what happened. A few weeks ago, Charles Oliveira beat Max Holloway. And I was sat there thinking, how could I have got this so wrong? And Marauder MMA, he said, you're not watching tape. And I realised, I'm not watching tape. So I've decided. So I sat there in a dark room and I put Joe Pyfer versus Jack Hermanson on, and I watched every minute of Jack Hermanson versus Joe Pyfer again, right? You imagine the lengths I've gone to get a prediction right, brother. I had to lock in for this fight. And the thing is, I actually do, if I get serious for a second here, because I actually need to talk about the fight. I need to fucking shut the fuck up. Joe Pyfer, overall, I knew he'd mix it up with Izzy, and his jiu-jitsu is really legit. We all knew that. But I actually think something people aren't mentioning is Izzy doesn't have a gas tank. So when Israel Adesanya actually commits with volume, Kelvin Gastelum, he got through it, but you know, he was exhausted. It's a war. He's going to be exhausted. But he gassed out quite quickly against Gastelum. Against Dricus Duplessis, he gassed out against Dricus Duplessis. He didn't gas out against Imavov. Against Pereira in the first fight, he kind of slowed down. Pereira caught him in the 5th round. And then against Joe Pyfer, Adesanya committed with volume. He tried to put Pyfer on the back foot. He tried to hurt him. And to be honest with you, I don't think Adesanya got it too wrong, except the fact that closer to the finish, he was stood in front of Pyfer, eating unnecessary shots. But aside from that, brother, I don't know what differently Adesanya could have done last night.
Well,
if he's going to
hang
go
on.
on the back foot.
Can we just talk about that horrible take? Adesanya doesn't have a good gas tank.
He doesn't.
No, he can't fight at some crazy pace. I'll admit he's better at fighting at his own pace, and that's always been the case. But I would never say that Adesanya's ever been like gassed that badly. That it's been to the reason why he's lost
whenever
the
he's
fight.
been pushed past
He
tier one,
gassed yesterday. He
He was
Whenever he-
gassing, but then fighters do a good job. I think Adesanya as well. Like, they are able to fight decent, exhausted and stuff like that. And I think he was gassing a bit, and it was because of more volume. But I don't think it's just that. I wouldn't say that's the reason he lost the fight. You know what I mean? I don't think the reason he lost to DDP was because he lost the fight. I think DDP just did a better job of mixing everything up. I don't think his cardio are reasons why he's losing these fights.
no, when DDP finished him, he finished him because he was exhausted.
I think that, dude, honestly, like my pick was Izzy, but when they showed like the fighter profiles, like the age and everything, I was like, as soon as I saw, I was like, this nigga's 36, and I was like, fuck, bro. I was like, he lost. I in my head, I seen the age. I was like, yeah, this nigga lost, bro.
But even though Izzy, well, I actually want to talk about this because I was speaking to Jay before the podcast, and I feel like it's really important to mention. So, I forgot what I was going to say now.
Oh, very
Wait, I was
important.
gonna say-
Very, very important.
No, I was going to say, Adesanya, he's not losing at the moment and getting destroyed. So people are talking about Adesanya retiring and why is he not retiring? And the problem is he's running into at the moment, in my opinion, because I would like to see Izzy hanging up. I think he's done enough. You know, if it was up to me and I could say to Izzy, look, Izzy, you've done enough. Hang up the gloves. Let's see you retire. But he's not getting destroyed by anyone yet. So I think in his own mind, he's still thinking, well, I can hang with these young guys. I can do well in this fight. And even if I am coming up short, I just need to adjust a few things and I can get a win back. It's not like he's not getting destroyed like Tony Ferguson. So I was just wondering your guys' thoughts on when we're going to see Adesanya retire and if he's going to fight for too long.
And just before we continue, the sponsor of today's episode is by none other the best MMA app on the market, 4ounce MMA. And for those wondering, oh, what's 4ounce MMA? Don't worry, I've got you covered. With 4ounce MMA, you can do a variety of things, whether it's you want to check stats of fights, what's taken place in the past. Maybe you want to compare two different fighters and see how their stats uphold against one another. Maybe you want to see what fights are coming up ahead, see what times those fights take place, because a lot of the time, us MMA fans don't have a clue what time these fights actually take place. You can do that on 4ounce MMA. And if you're someone who prides yourself on elite MMA knowledge, elite predictions, this app is perfect for you because you can make your very own fantasy MMA league and go against other people who you may be friends with, may be a part of other communities with, and you can go head to head when it comes to predictions. So guys, make sure to check out 4ounce. It's on Apple, it's on Android, and not only that, it is free as well. So make sure you go and download them, check them out, see what you think, and thank you again to 4ounce MMA for sponsoring this video.
Dude, I don't. Oh, you got it, Jay.
Okay, so two answers to this. When should Izzy retire? I will maintain this belief. Izzy's prime, Izzy's like version that we know him for, ended when he beat Alex. Like, I think people overestimate how easy it is to maintain a prime, a peak when you're training for 5-round fights over and over and over. And people forget, not to sound like Joe Rogan, but genuinely, there was a point when before he fought Alex, there was a question of who's Izzy going to fight next? Like, he's beaten pretty much everyone he could beat. The 205 thing didn't work out. So what's there for Izzy? So when Alex came in, that's why he got fast tracked, because it's like, okay, we actually have someone who's got a history with Izzy and he could beat Izzy. And then when Izzy lost him the first time, there was a shift in that mentality where before Izzy was kind of fighting a little bit more safe. He wasn't taking a lot of risk, but you saw that shift change when he fought Alex. I mean, dude, in the first fight with Alex, he was getting after it. Like, he was, like, you could see a bit of a change in his mentality. But then with the second fight, if Izzy would have lost that fight to Alex, his legacy is fundamentally looked at differently, even though it really shouldn't be. He knew, like, if this guy beats me for, would it be like a 4th time across combat sports, it's like, I'll just never be able to get him. So it's like there's a certain thing where your mind and your body can only give so much effort to something. And I think when he beat Alex and he just had that like dump of like, I finally did it, the only thing I think that was left for him that could have got him like that, like, I hate to sound like those motivated Conor fans, like, oh, he's got to be motivated, but the DDP fight, because the DDP fight, that was bigger than just a belt. That was like an African pride thing. He was like, I want to, like defend the fact that me, Usman, and Francis are legitimate, and DDP saying this. But then when it ended up being Strickland, like, there's not really a storyline with Strickland besides he was just him. And I think Izzy probably went in there thinking, Strickland's going to be easy pickings, because people like to rewrite history, but bro, almost nobody was thinking Strickland was going to win that fight.
No, I didn't.
Strickland didn't even think he was going to win, bro. He was kind of like, I might get whooped in this fight, like, but I'm going to go out there and have fun. And that it is what it is. Izzy's just, I think, at the point of his career, like similar to Silva and other fighters who are great for such long periods of time, where I hate to say this, bro, because this is a guy who got me back into the sport. I stopped watching MMA for a while, but he's just at the end. Like, I mean, yes, he's not losing badly and he could make adjustments, but I just don't think his motivation is to go out there and be the champion. And I think he's in there to pay it forward. That's why he wanted to fight Joe Pyfer and Imavov on fight nights, when he could easily be like, I'm not fighting on a fight night. I'm fighting
Jay,
on number
do you
cards
think
only.
right now he would be, who do you reckon would win a fight, him or Tabor Gaultier?
Oh, man.
goodness.
Like,
Hang on. Go on, Jay. Go on. I need an answer now.
I think Izzy would beat him, because Atiba, I've actually said before that Izzy would be the guy to beat him, because Atiba, that would be a style he'd have a bit of trouble with. But I will say is, if Izzy did fight the way he did against Pyfer from the second round, that wouldn't be great for him, because Atiba can crack. But
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to fight Atiba, so it would probably be a bit of like a stretch. I know why you asked me that, because I love both of them. But should he retire? I mean, I don't know, dude, because I would have thought maybe it would have happened any of these last 4 fights. It would have happened. I think he'll just end up being one of those guys where the game might have to retire him, but that's kind of common. I think the same thing will happen to Volk too, where these guys are ultra competitive. They're kind of always in there. Even though Volk's not losing right now, like, obviously, but it's just hard, man, when you're a world-class fighter to be fighting at that level to just be done. Like, that's been most of his life. I would like to see him go out on a win, though, man. So if he wins the next one,
Oh, Jay, no, nigga.
The thing is, though, he won't go out on a win. This is the problem. This is what I was thinking about. So I was thinking, if I wanted to give Adesanya somebody who I think he would definitely beat, I'd give him Shara Bullet. I think he would definitely beat Shara Bullet. And I think Shara Bullet would fight Izzy at Izzy's pace. It'd be a perfect matchup for him. Obviously, if he couldn't beat Shara, then I would say definitely stop. But I would say definitely stop now. But with Izzy, I think it's going to, and this might sound bad because I'm an Izzy fan, but maybe a necessary evil would be somebody destroys him completely, outright, early in the first round. I don't know who that's going to be, and I don't know if anybody currently in the middleweight division will do it, which is why I think he's going to keep fighting. I think it would take somebody running through him for him to retire.
Fuck it. Who do you think would win? Who do you think would win, Bo Nickel or Israel Adesanya? Because I could see even Defu trying to do that.
Izzy,
But I think Adesanya could
No,
Nickel.
I think he would.
I think that this fight was a setup, bro. Like, realistically, because look, this is how I'm seeing it. Okay, they're both gonna lose their next 2 fights. 100%. There is no chance that Joe Pyfer is beating no damn DDP, no Imavuch. He's not beating those guys, okay? Joe Pyfer is not touching those guys. He's not. Israel Adesanya, if he would have won yesterday, he's also not beating those guys, okay? So let's say Izzy, none of these, this was a matchup for them to get not them to get a win, but this was a matchup where, okay, there's going to be a winner, they're going to be on top of the world, there's going to be a loser. They're both going to lose their next fight. There's no chance that Joe Pyfer is beating anybody top 6. There's no chance that Izzy's going to win a fight ever again. You said that Ateba Gautier would lose to Izzy? Fuck no. You know how I feel about Ateba. Ateba would stop him, bro. He would stop him because, maybe I'm getting a little brainwashed that I've been training in a boxing gym for my camp, right? Izzy can't box, right? If I had MMA knowledge like I did when I watched the Strickland and Izzy fight and before the fight, I would have picked Strickland, knowing that Izzy. I mean, Strickland's jab is an issue. Like, if we're like, it sounds funny. His jab and like that's really all you need. His jab and straight was always gonna give problems to Izzy. Like, I know Izzy's coming, and it's hard to even think about that when you're coming off the aura of one of the greatest knockouts of all time over one of the greatest martial artists of all time. But realistically, Izzy was never gonna beat a boxer. So Joe Pyfer sucks at boxing, and he still beat him because he wanted to brawl. Ateba has a 1-2. That's all he needs to beat Izzy. Ateba would stop him.
Well,
Bo
Ateba would need. Izzy would have to be pretty much perfect against Ateba. Izzy would definitely like be schooling Ateba until Ateba touches him.
I don't know. Say. We don't know if Ateba has a fucking paper chin.
All I will say though is against Pulayev, Ateba's head movement was so bad. I just think maybe
Andy couldn't track down the footwork of him.
Yeah, he couldn't cut off.
Yeah.
But you guys also just described Adesanya. This nigga didn't slip his head. He didn't move nothing. He just stayed on.
I agree.
His head on the center line and like go back a little bit. He thinks he's 20.
Well, with Adesanya against Joe Pyfer, so obviously when I was making my video saying Pyfer was going to beat him, I noticed. So Adesanya's shot selection has significantly badly declined in the sense that, so he landed some really good shots against Pyfer, but I noticed in the first round, Pyfer was stood in front of Izzy, and I mean just right in front of him, tall, chin in the air, and he was reaching out with both arms on Adesanya. And I could see Adesanya framing with one arm out in front of him. And I was thinking to myself, Adesanya might be looking for like a lead head kick, like he might be trying to set up something devastating here. And I'm not in Izzy's mind, and I'm not in the octagon, I'm not Izzy, but I'm looking at him in moments like that and I'm thinking, prime Izzy would have snapped up a question mark kick, he would have threw up a front kick up the middle, like he would have timed something really good behind his feints, whereas now he's kind of throwing stuff, but he's not setting anything up, he's not a sniper anymore, in my opinion. He's significantly regressed in how effective he is as a counter striker because, brother, honestly, like Joe Pyfer's so hittable, his boxing is not good. Like anybody with decent feints can walk him into some big shots. Jack Hermansson's 1-2s and his lead handwork, that was on point against Joe Pyfer, and Joe Pyfer still makes some of those same fundamental errors he was making back then that he's making now. But something that Jay mentioned last week that I think definitely needs mentioning is Joe Pyfer is starting to become a wrestler first, and I think that is massively helping his career overall because he's a wrestler with a lot of power, and I think that can carry him quite far into the division.
Joe Pyfer can't wrestle. I
think he can.
I've seen him. No, he can't. He can't wrestle. He can't wrestle.
Nah, I think he has some good reactive takedowns. I know it's not like
Jay, because like I know last week you were talking about the grappling background, this that, bro. That's a facade. Like what I seen from yesterday, I know Izzy has great takedown defense, but like, what is Joe Pyfer? You think he's gonna look like a good wrestler or get on top mount against anybody in the top 5? Like, does that win really matter?
But I think he could be. I think he could beat Bahauyo.
No,
I think Joe Pyfer would give DDP problems. Like I'm genuine. Like listen. I'm gonna tell you why. Here's the thing with Joe. I say this all the time. If Joe would probably be a better fighter if he wasn't that powerful, because I'm telling you, his grappling is like when he gets it there, his takedowns aren't like the most pretty to watch. Like he's not like a traditional wrestler who's gonna level change, penetration step. He's not that, but he's strong. He's got the physicality, and when he gets on top, people don't really get off of him. I know he hasn't fought like the craziest grapplers up until this point, but no, like he's legit, like in his actual like jiu-jitsu bag. I mean, is he? Go ahead.
You got to think about that. Like he was okay from the looks of it, dude. Joe Pyfer was 25 more pounds more than Izzy last night. In the octagon, he was 20 more pounds than him, and he was still struggling. And like I said, we don't like Izzy's ranked number 6, but is he really number 6 in the world?
No.
Well, not now. Not now.
Not now.
But
Not now.
He has the ranking, but he was never number 6 in the world. He's probably number 20 right now. So
I think someone like
I
I think someone like Kyle would be interesting for Joe Pyfer, because if Pyfer could take down Kyle and successfully dominate someone like Kyle, I would look at him and think, oh, his grappling's a real problem for the division. My thing with Joe Pyfer is it's not his power. It's weird. Like Marauder was saying last week, he has power that even if he's not sleeping you in one punch, I don't think it's like a Tabor Gautier levels of power. It's more he hits guys and he hurts them at the very bare minimum. Like when he was touching Izzy, just before the finish, he was landing some short right hooks on Izzy against the fence. And I think they were really badly affecting Izzy, which obviously ended up leading up to the finish. Like someone
no, he was I think he was playing possum because he looked like hurt and then he just like came right back and then
He tried to clip form the exact same Alex Pereira knockout. He threw it overhand right when he was.
I actually think though Pyfer when he actually was starting to land those short hooks though, when Izzy was, I know he was playing possum originally. I actually think it hurt him.
Yeah.
I do actually think he hurt him. And Pyfer just seems to have power that even if he's kind of getting schooled or even if he fights someone who's a tougher matchup, I don't think you can disregard his power threat. And if he does hurt you, then he can establish a takedown, then he can find a submission. And look, bro, if he's got that much power on the feet, his ground and pound is got to be really deadly too. I mean, we saw it just when he finished, Izzy. So I think Joe Pyfer, and as well, I look at him in the Kelvin Gastelum fight to now, he's drastically improved. I'm not saying he's perfect, but I still think we might see Joe Pyfer improve even from now on.
I'm sorry to be a bit of a fucking party pooper right now, but is it just me? Maybe you guys don't feel the exact same way as me. I'm not that bothered about the middleweight division. The only thing what makes me excited about the middleweight division is that there is a few prospects coming up, like Pinas, Damien Pinas. You got Tabor Gautier. You got Baisinger Susakayev. Well, before UFC Bulgari, you had Azamat Bikoev and you had Mansour Abdul Malik, but they're gone now. So you've got a few people in the middleweight division. I mean, how old's Bulgari, by the way? Is he?
I think he's 32.
Okay, so he's not young, but he's at a good age. So you got some people coming through, but even so, I'm just like, do these guys beat Hamzat? Really? Do I think anyone beat Hamzat?
No.
Do I think anyone's on the same level as like Strickland? Like Strickland's got the role that Max Holloway had the role of when Volkanovski was champion, and that was just like keeping the number one spot warm. You know what I mean? Like I don't think there's anything really too interesting at middleweight right now.
Yeah, but I don't.
I agree with you. I think the middleweight division is just inactive and ass. You got it. You take over. Yeah.
Bro, I mean, to be honest with you, with Hamzat, I would be more interested. So I'm not, like you're saying, I'm not interested in the division because I think anyone is even going to have a competitive fight with him. Joe Pyfer, Strickland. I think with Strickland, I get why some people might kind of head down that way, but I still don't think he's going to have enough, especially, I don't even think Strickland's in his prime, but that's for a completely different discussion. So with Hamzat Chimaev, if he was active, I would at least be interested because I'm watching a fight where I'm like, oh, Hamzat's going to dominate, but let's see how well that guy can do against him. But he fights very, very few times, and it's kind of disappointing to see, you know what I mean, from that regard. And I think that's why the division's boring. It's not competitive for the champion, and the champion doesn't fight enough.
Yeah, I think the division would be so much better if you had Nasruddin Imavov as champion. I'll be honest with you. I think because then you'll be like, oh, he could beat him, and he's entertaining to watch.
I will say this though, I get what you guys are saying, but I always do say though that we always think someone's unbeatable till they just get beaten. I mean, again, to go back to Joe Pyfer though, I think he would get problems in DDP, bro. I think that fight is super competitive. Listen. Hold on. Listen. Why isn't that fight somewhat competitive? I'm not saying DDP would lose, but Joe's got the power. Joe has grappling to compete with DDP. He's got the physicality. Like he can, like DDP's biggest asset is that he's girthy, he's built, he's wide. He's got some great South African genetics, Dutch, whatever, but he's brolic. Yeah, he's brolic though. And Joe Pyfer, he's great Philadelphia steel, bro. He's he's got the hair transplant going on. It means he's got high testosterone as a fellow balding brother too. I know what that's like, but I think Joe is one of those weird fighters because I'll admit, like, he looks a little goofy on the feet. You know, he has the little thing and he's like doing that. But it's MMA, bro. Sometimes, like, look at DDP himself, bro. That dude's goofy too. And I think Joe, if he were to just like get that pep talk of, look, like Dean Thomas tells him, listen, bro, you're way better at grappling a lot of these dudes. Body lock them and just ragdoll them. I think Joe could be fighting for a bonus after he beats DDP if they make that fight.
Yeah, but
Now, would he be
Hamzat?
No. I don't know about that. I don't think he'd be Hamzat.
Would he fuck? Would he fuck? No.
Although, like, the thing is with Joe Pyfer, because his jiu-jitsu's good, well, his jiu-jitsu actually looks really good. And I think he showed that against Abus. Abus is a really good grappler, especially when he's fresh. I don't want to, like, Abus is not highly rated, but he's a pretty good grappler. Bro, I just think Hamzat Chimaev's grappling is levels above even the good grapplers of middleweight. Like, I genuinely think, I know Khalil, I know this is a bit of a tangent, but I've been seeing videos of him daily just bullying Khalil Roundtree, like picking him up, throwing him around. Like, he's literally summoning Khalil Roundtree to a daily humiliation ritual, bro. Like, every single day, I see him just bullying Khalil. And I think none of these middleweights could stop this guy. Like, they can't break his grip. They can't do anything to him. Like, even Dricus. Dricus is athletic. He's big. He's wide. He's goofy. He's explosive. Could not do anything. Could not do anything. And, brother, the only person, in my opinion, that's going to stop Hamzat anytime soon is Hamzat.
Atiba.
Strickland.
No one.
No. Strickland knows full well that he used to get mocked by Hamzat in sparring. He'll know what will happen to him again.
Hamzat's
He knows,
good,
bro.
strong. He ain't never went against Big Country, nigga. It's not gonna be an easy matchup. Big Country,
It's
strength,
easy for him.
farmer niggas.
He's going to be lightweight for him.
It's
He's
easy
literally going to
for
be
us.
breakfast for
Bro,
him.
no. You guys got, bro, Strickland's a big, sweaty farmer nigga. That's not like, bro, Hamzat trains with the Chechens and the Russians. Big America nigga. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm being truly honest, bro. Strickland is a big, you know them niggas that be lifting the cattle and shit? He's strong as shit, nigga. Big
With the sandbags on his
He's
back.
not strong. He's not
Yeah.
strong. He's not stronger than Hamzat, man.
No, he's
nigga,
not.
bro, them farmer niggas. No, he drives a 450, 450. I don't know. Okay, I don't know how other to say it, but nigga, Strickland is a big country nigga. They got crazy strength. Like, I'm not saying that he's so much stronger than Hamzat, but Hamzat ain't never faced big country, so it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be competitive.
I don't think so.
You know who I think, though, not at 185, but if they moved up a weight class, could give Hamzat problems? Okay, hear me out. I'm not rage baiting. I'm so serious. Michael Morales, like, hear me out, bro. No, dude.
No, keep going.
Think about this. Michael Morales is a big guy. Like, we know, as Ben J would say, he's not a real welterweight. He walks around at like 220. Like, he's a big guy. People forget, though. Dude, why am I sounding like Joe Rogan's soundboard right now? Oh my gosh. But Michael Morales has a judo background. Like, I'm not saying he's a world-class grappler. He hasn't shown it a whole lot, but he has shown it in spurts. Like, he has shown it at times. He's got the physicality to, in the first exchange, when they meet, Michael Morales might come out like, you know how against Sean Brady, he had his hips back like this? Dude, Michael Morales might start jumping over like the sink, like those low shots, but he might be jumping and start clubbing him in the head. Like, Michael Morales is kind of like DDP coded, where you would think, oh, I forgot Hamzat beat DDP though, so maybe that's not a good idea. But I think Morales would give him a fair fight,
That
though.
fucking guy is scared of fighting people his own size, bro. There's a reason why he's fighting at welterweight. If Michael Morales wanted to fight in his true weight class, which is light heavyweight, no, if this guy wanted to fight in his true weight class, which is middleweight, he would do it. He could do it.
Yeah,
he should do it.
You could say
but
that
he don't
about
want to do
most
it. 'Cause
fighters,
he's
though.
scared, bro. This
No,
guy
he
knows.
makes-
if
he
he got
makes
in there
way
with
better
someone,
than-
if he got in there with someone his own size, he knows what's coming for him. So that's why
most fighters don't fight in the
so
natural
that's
weight
no,
class.
It's different with him. It's
Why?
different with
Why
him.
is it different
It's
with him?
different
Why is it
Because
different?
he
Go on,
makes
why
Look
is
at
it
the
different?
size of him.
No. Why is
Look
it
at the
different?
size.
way
Bro.
better than the welterweights, though.
Mate, no, he squats in front of people and just swings punches and just weight bullies them. That's not skill. That's just being big. That's not skill.
So this is what happened if niggas like weren't playing basketball. Let me tell you something though. the conversation is the real conversation about who's gonna be Hamza was Shavkat. This was the original
That's
conversation
true.
years
That's
ago.
true. Yeah, it
So
was. Yeah.
let's be honest. Who do you think actually would have won that fight?
Shavkat.
If they fought at 170.
Shavkat.
Why?
Shavkat would have, yeah.
I think Shavkat's a lot cleaner on the feet, and people don't realize this. Shavkat has a good bottom game. Like, he hit that crazy triangle, I think, on, was it Magny or Carlston Harris? I can't remember which one he hit it on, but he's got, I mean, his takedown defense is, well, it's hard to say what it is because it's not been tested that much, but I think he's actually just the better, more well-rounded fighter. The only issue is I do think how Ian Gary got him in like that back take, that would be a little bit iffy, but Hamza at 170 is worse than the one at 185. Like, he's actually
Is this 5 rounds as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, Shavkat.
Well,
Shavkat.
well-
I don't trust Hamzat's gas tank at 170.
I think it'd just be Hamzat dominates the first round and then round 2 and 3, Shavkat. Shavkat's really good in the clinch, like the knees to the body and stuff. He just slowly drained the gas tank of Hamzat, in my opinion. But bro, where is that guy? I mean, I don't want to go on about Shavkat too much, but fuck me. Like, he should be a problem in the welterweight division right now.
Yeah, I would really want to see Jacare Souza and Hamzat. You know, I'm very performative when it comes to that. I've never watched a Jacare Souza fight, but they told me that he has they said this nigga's a bigger Gilbert Burns. And it's true. They said his top 2 jiu-jitsu and the whole, I mean, like, I've never watched him, but I'm just gonna believe what these niggas are telling me.
Well, Jacare, Gilbert Burns' boxing and Gilbert Burns' defense on straight punches was really weak. He got dropped by a jab from Hamzat. People forget, man. Hamzat dropped him with a jab. Jacare Souza's boxing was a lot cleaner than Gilbert's.
From the highlights I've
And
seen,
he had some good power.
Yeah, from the
a lot
highlights
of
I've
power.
seen, so Jacare Souza will win that fight. But that's just from the highlights I've seen.
No, I'm gonna be real though. Jacare Souza is the greatest UFC like game character of all time. Like in UFC 3, he was so goated. Like, cause he's got like 90 something power, crazy grappling, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. Like, he's basically the best fighter on paper if you think about it. But
yeah,
I think
he was
though,
really good.
we should talk about though, you know, Alfredo's favorite fighter of all time. You know, his favorite, you know, Japanese person to ever walk this earth.
So can I just before Alfredo jumps in, can I just offer Alfredo a take? Manel Kape's gonna knock Kyoji Horiguchi the fuck out.
Do you want to repeat that?
Manel Kape is going to knock Kyoji Horiguchi the fuck out.
Oh, really? And what makes you think that? What tape have you watched? What's made you convinced that that's the case?
So I watched the first fight.
Yeah.
And I thought, God, Kyoji Horiguchi's elite. He's fantastic.
Oh, he
Kyoji
is.
Horiguchi.
Oh, he is. Yeah, I know that.
Manel Kape from that first fight is a completely different fighter to what Kyoji Horiguchi is now. Kyoji Horiguchi is the same guy, in my opinion.
No, Manel Kape actually's had a sex change since then, my friend. Have you not
Yes,
seen
I
the big
know
old
that.
titties
The
on
guy,
him?
I know. Yes, I know. But that might help him in this fight too.
I think that Kyoji Horiguchi is going to mix it up, and it's going to be a problem for Manel Kape. He's not going to be Asu Almabayev, who spams, Amir Albazi, who's got nothing to offer on the feet whatsoever. I think Horiguchi is going to take him down, and do I think he'll hold him down? Probably not, but I do think the submission threat will give some PTSD towards Manel Kape, and he'll be shitting himself. He'll be like, fuck, I've been here before. I don't like it here. What happened last time? And I believe that was it over a weekend or a one-night tournament when he did that as well, Horiguchi?
Yeah, I mean, well, Manel Kape was shooting desperate takedowns in that fight too, and Kyoji was
he was shaking, poor little fella. He was shaking. I don't blame him. If I was in the octagon with Horiguchi, I'll be shitting bricks as well. But Horiguchi's just on another level, man. And don't get me wrong, if I'm being serious, I am quite scared that Manel Kape does chin him. But at the same time, let's not forget Manel Kape. I know he's had a nice little win streak right now. He is notorious for being Mr. Inconsistent. he is so bad for being inconsistent. His UFC debut, Pantoja, that's a hard fucking thing. He could have actually won that if he actually fucking threw a bit more and was a bit more consistent. Mateus Nicolau could have won that fight, probably should have won that fight, but again, wasn't consistent enough, wasn't throwing enough output. Mohamed Makayev shit the bed in that fight as well.
Yeah.
So there is times Manel Kape, when the going gets tough, he kind of shits himself a bit. And Horiguchi, that's not the case, man. He's only ever lost to DJ in the UFC, and he's not going to lose to Manel Kape.
You're
And
leaving out somebody who, look, let's talk about the guy who walked in his trap and took everything he owned, though. Kaya Sakura. Kaya Sakura walked in Kyoji's trap.
But then Kyoji Horiguchi whooped him.
The 1-1.
Kyoji Horiguchi whooped him. No, let me tell you what's going to happen in this fight, brother. There's one simple adjustment Manel Kape's going to make against Horiguchi that he's going to win in this fight. He is going to fight this fight in southpaw, and it's going to change this fight completely.
No.
Let me tell you why. So in the first fight, Kyoji Horiguchi could not miss on his right overhand. Manel Kape was walking into it. He was slipping in the wrong direction constantly. He would drop Manel Kape. I think he dropped Manel Kape in the first fight really early. And Manel Kape from then, he completely lost his composure. But in Manel Kape's last fight, I can't quite remember who it was against. I watched it the other day.
Royval.
Help me out here, lads. But he fought that fight in southpaw. And even when he's not in southpaw now, but specifically when he's in southpaw, his centre of balance these days is a lot more composed. He sees shots coming a lot cleaner. His slipping and his head movement and his counter punching overall is much better these days. And what I think he's going to do in this fight is him being in southpaw is going to force Horiguchi, instead of coming in with the one, then into the right overhand, Horiguchi is going to be lunging in with the right overhand singularly, because Manel Kape's going to take away his lead hand with his southpaw lead hand. And I think this is going to open Horiguchi up to get caught in the pocket more when he crashes in. This is the thing. Horiguchi's the same guy that fought... I know Patchy Mix was much bigger than him, and that's why I think Patchy Mix beat him.
We don't talk
But he's
about
the
that
same
fight.
guy that fought Patchy Mix. He's the same guy that fought Manel Kape in that first fight. He's fantastic. He's elite, but he has not changed. Manel Kape is a phenomenal fighter now, and I think he's going to sleep him.
Ben J's been watching film. Y'all niggas better get ready. He's not.
I don't
missing a
like
trick no more.
Benjay who watches film. I think he's overanalyzed it. I think he hasn't got a fucking clue what's going to happen. And I think Kyoji Horiguchi is going to put an absolute fucking walloping on Manel Kape. And it's as clear as day. And there's a reason why they're doing this in the Apex as well. Because they just don't... They're trying to just keep him the shackles. They're keeping the shackles on Horiguchi. They don't want him to be thriving.
Alfredo, give me your thoughts on that fight being in the Apex.
It's a fucking disgrace. I actually think, even though it pisses me off, I actually think Jay's better for it because I know he's more tapped in with like Risen and whatnot. So like, I think he's better to talk about this because it is just straight up, it is a fucking joke that this shit is in the Apex. And actually, this goes against what how I'm thinking for the fight. A smaller octagon does not benefit Horiguchi in this fight. I will be honest. Even though I'm gassing up Horiguchi, that does concern me. But there's one good thing: Horiguchi got used to the Apex octagon in his last fight against Al-Bazi, so we're going to be all right anyway.
Yeah, dude. So the thing is, this gives me suspicions that UFC Japan's not happening this year, and Japan maybe doesn't want to pay a site fee with whatever venue, whether if it's like the Tokyo Dome or I've got the other venue because Saitama Super Arena is under renovation, so they can't do an event there anytime soon because I know that's where the UFC would like to go. So if Kyoji and Manel Kape, which would, if they did that fight in Japan, that could be a main event. Like you could literally just main event off of that. You don't even need Tyra. I mean, Kai Sakura, you'd have to put him on there because Kai Sakura is the biggest one out of all of them. But have Kai Sakura fight like who's like a jobber at 135. Have him fight like bring back Chris Matinho, bro. Bring him back, bro. Like get him to fight Kai Sakura or something. But no, like they would love to have Kyoji and Manel Kape because that fight, if you look on YouTube, that fight's got over like 17 something million views. Like that's a fight that
30 million views.
Yeah, dude. And that was in an arena where like people were packed to watch Kyoji, and then Manel Kape made his name as he went on, eventually became Rising Champion. But that just tells me, yeah, the UFC is not serious, or they are not be able to find a venue in Japan, because that's a fight where you have, if Tyra wins the belt, Tyra versus, honestly, either one of them, to be honest, you could have saved Kape or Kyoji to fight for that belt against Tyra. Kai Sakura fights on that. Rinya Nakamura, Rei Shiruya, regardless win or lose in his next fight, he gets on there. Like, yeah, it just looks like we're not getting UFC Japan anytime soon because that type of booking, especially in the Apex, bro.
Oh,
dude.
but guess what? But guess what gets a fucking isn't in the Apex?
What?
Fucking Mike Malott and Gilbert Burns.
Dude, I'm gonna be real, bro. Like, to the Canadian MMA fans, if you're from Canada and you watch this, I have a genuine question. Would you guys prefer that Mike Malott fights or Kyoji versus Kape? Like, do y'all care about Mike Malott that much? Like, do you just need a Canadian in there?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the UFC treats certain countries like they're not smart and that they will only like a fight if the person who's in the main event's from there. Most Canadian MMA fans, I promise you, ask them who's your favorite fighter, they're not saying Mike Malott.
Charles Jourdain should have been main event. It should have been higher to main event than Mark Malott. I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Bro,
It's a big problem in the UFC. They do this to the Mexicans. They try to push Yair for Yair, your title shot. You haven't won. What? You have 2 wins in 7 years. Let's go title shot. Diego Lopez, 2 title shots in a row. We need a Mexican market. Oh, Canadian? Oh, we're going to put you in the main event. Let's get a Canadian market. And they fail at it. They do it in front of our faces. They think we're stupid, and they still do it.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, like, fighters are not like PlayStations. You don't have to region lock them. Like, you don't have to region lock fighters. Like certain fighters I never see unless they go over to Asia or if they go to Oceania. Like they're like just only region. I understand it's travel issues for some of them, so they might not be able to fight in the US or some other places due to visa stuff. But like, dude, the Canadians have been begging for a good main event. And when's the last time Canada's had a good main event, bro?
yeah, a long time.
Never, bro. They just do.
Didn't you have DDP and Strickland one?
Oh yeah, they did.
Oh, well, the card was ass though. The card was really
Yeah, the
bad.
card was ass. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They get done dirty, bro. Like, Canada just.
The UFC also, I think they need to trust the flyweight division a little bit more because people don't think that division sucks anymore. I don't know anybody that has said to me in recent times the flyweight division sucks. Nobody says that.
It's the best division right now.
Manel Kape, when the UFC's talking, and we're going to get onto Dana White's comments later, lads, trust me. When we talk about the UFC putting on a good product, right? Kyoji Horiguchi and Manel Kape is genuinely an elite level fight. It's an extreme, no matter who you think's going to win, an extremely high level fight
50-50
that you should put in front of a crowd. Las Vegas on a main card, or what? They needed to trust that fight a little bit more because honestly, they've missed out big time with that one. And bro, if Manel Kape KOs Horiguchi, let's just say, like I think he's going to, at the Apex, they need to start looking at ways they can get more hype on their flyweights because Manel Kape KOing Horiguchi and then getting on the mic afterwards, that would create a viral moment.
Bro, could you imagine if Joshua Van versus Brandon Royval took place in the Apex?
Yeah, it'd be shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, could you imagine?
See, we're on the cusp of the flyweight division. I already feel like it has, to be fair. But getting the most recognition it's had and being like the household name for being the best of it, I think it is. But like everyone agreeing that flyweight is the best division. They are on the verge of it. But if they put it in Apex and do shit like that, they're not going to help themselves whatsoever. There was a point where the flyweight division, if you wanted to get rid of it, if you wanted it fucking gone.
You know, I think you touch on a point and I'll expand on it. Luke Thomas says something, 'cause I want to give credit to him because this wasn't my original take. The UFC is at its best when it's in the mid-range. And we just saw that last night with the Seattle card where it's in Seattle. The card beforehand maybe didn't look the craziest, but mid-range in Seattle in a fight night, that was arguably the best card of the year we've seen so far.
Easily.
Like, everything that you add to it, I thought it was the best card of the year so far. And I think that's where the UFC has missing, where a few years ago they appreciated before they had the Apex, where we got to go on the road every single time we have an event. How do we like that middle ground is what really makes the product feel different, because we'll always in every year, no matter how bad this year may feel, we'll get like a card that makes us go, oh, we're excited for it, because it's just bound to happen. But the issue is in the middle, in between everything, there's just a lot of like filler. It's just warehouse slop. So that's I think where a lot of this like feeling is coming from, where it doesn't feel the same as like 2019, 18, 17, like up until 2023, it feels different. Because the mid-range events have slowly became like there's no middle class basically. It's either we get like craziest card ever or insert like random Apex main event. Like it's that. There's not a lot of good in betweens.
Speaking of how good that Seattle card is, what was your guys' 3 biggest takeaways from that shit? Because I know we talked about Izzy and Pyfer, but man, that was a card.
Mate, so I actually, one of my biggest takeaways, I don't know if you lot will agree with this. Alexa Grasso's KO was the greatest knockout in women's MMA history.
Well, is it a knockout or is it a submission? Because that's like what I keep seeing everyone saying. Is it a sub?
Shit. Well,
is it a knockout? I think it's a
say,
knockout. I think it's
Let
a
me
knockout.
say finish.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the only ones that come close is like Jessica
Rosie
Andrade
Whaley.
and Karolina and fucking Valentina Shevchenko and Jessica Ai. That's like the only ones I can think of.
Well, when Rose Namajunas KO'd Zhang Weili, this might sound soppy, I low-key cried.
Okay, man.
When
Yeah.
that happened.
Valid,
I'm not even
valid,
kidding.
valid.
Like, because she was saying I'm the best and shit, I was like, oh, get the fuck away from me. I started tearing up, right? But with this KO, that shit was so brutal. And then the way she snapped her up and put her in a choke. And Macy Barber was like this. I was like,
Bro, they need to
I-
sack the cameraman. They need to sack the cameraman,
Yeah,
bro.
do that,
You
dude.
could have cut to the crowd. You could have cut back to Michael Chiesa doing a retirement speech, bro.
lingered on
Like,
her.
I
my God.
unironically thought that Grasso slimed her out. Like I actually thought we might have saw like the first death because I was like, because you know what I was thinking about? Because Macy Barber had the whole thing before Aaron Blanchfield where she couldn't fight because the whole thing happened backstage and then she had all those health issues. I thought, dude, oh my gosh, like that might have been it, bro. Like
that
she
would
might
look
not
so
go
bad
fight.
for the UFC as well. That would look so bad.
I see, like when they zoomed in on her, I jumped out my seat. I was like, "Nigga, stop! Like, what are y'all doing, bro?" Like that shit was like,
Yeah,
shit was
but you
scary.
can't stop watching because it's low-key like, oh, shit.
But I have to say, there's one person who's being erased from this, and I feel like has the crazier knockout. Xing Ming. She literally got that girl never woke up. That girl didn't wake up in the arena. They brought her on a stretcher, and Xing Ming was just standing there like,
and she's just a little doctor, you know what I mean? She's a little doctor.
she's just like, did I do that?
I'm a little
Like,
doctor,
yeah.
putting people to
gosh.
sleep, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
my I don't know if you want to talk about. So my other biggest takeaway. Can I just say this right? But this is my other main biggest takeaway because the other is Adesanya's watch. That's the obvious one. Right?
Yeah, we can't, yeah.
Michael Chiesa. I'm trying to think of a nice way to say this, but this is my true feelings about this.
No, fuck it, just go on. Split it out, go on.
His promo and his whole thing was fucking irritating. I hated it, bro. Like, who is this guy? I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Michael Chiesa's a nice guy and stuff like that. And I get it. It's just nice. But at the same time, it got to a point where I was checking my watch thinking, like, fuck it, can we get on with it? Like, fuck me.
yeah, I don't know why.
Like, this guy's not John Jones. This guy hasn't got...
He got more recognition than Stipe.
Demetrius Johnson got less time on a promotional video than Michael Chiesa.
Yeah, I was like, why are they giving promos to lame niggas? Like, I don't know what has this nigga done other than Tony Ferguson mentioned him in an interview saying like when he was talking to Kevin Lee in the interview, he was like, didn't you get put into like
Don't you talk
What'd
about
he
my
say?
fucking mom. Don't talk about my mom.
Yeah, because I think Kevin Lee was like, I know his mom's got tickets, and he's like, don't you ever talk. And you know what's funny? You guys gonna have to fact check me on this. I swear, I don't think Kevin Lee was actually talking about Chiesa. Because if I remember correctly, no, listen. When Kevin Lee said the quote, because there's two Michaels, there was Michael Johnson and Michael Chiesa. I think he was actually responding to Michael Johnson, but because he said Mike and he said, oh, I know his mom's got tickets. I think Chiesa thought, is he talking about my mom? I swear I have to go back and verify this. I might put the clip in here to prove if I'm right or wrong. I might in the post editing. I don't think he was actually talking about Chiesa's mom. I think he was talking about Michael Johnson.
Bro,
But that's
his
beside the
most
point.
memorable moment. And then you know what else pissed me off about this, right? So it kind of ties into the same thing. This fight was a fixed fight, Loki. I mean, I'm allegedly. I'm playing
But
a character.
is
This
it-
is not
is-
real opinion. But Nico Price, right? Let me just land here. When would Nico Price? Right, Nico Price he's a little bit of a dum-dum, right? But when would Nico Price ever try and take down Michael Chiesa? When?
I mean,
Come on. It's so...
No, because he's
Look,
that stupid, bro. Like, I'm
Yeah,
not
he's
falling
just-
for
he's
that.
just
He's,
the
so,
moment.
he's too stupid. He's too
And then
stupid.
Nico Price has had like 20 fights in
Bro,
the UFC.
bro,
Where's
he
his
got-
promotional package?
He got knocked out a month and a half ago, standing up against a cage. Remember that shit?
50
Yeah.
days ago.
Yeah,
No, but
50 days ago he got knocked
No,
out, and now he's known for getting knocked out cold by Robbie Lawler in his retirement fight, and fucking schlepped out by Michael Chiesa
But
in
this
his
is what I
retirement
mean.
fight.
This is what I mean. This is why I've been calling Nico Price Nico Patel, because the FBI needs to start looking into this guy, brother. This guy, bro. Where's his promotional video? Where's his retirement video? It's almost like they gave him hush money to just leave the octagon.
Yeah, I will say this. So I do feel a little differently about the Chiesa retirement package because, I mean, I've seen Anthony Smith get one. So I feel like my bar has already been set lower. Chiesa, I'll say it's three things. Chiesa is the ultimate company man because people, oh my gosh, I'm about to say people forget, man. Oh! People do forget. Chiesa, he was suing Conor McGregor because people do forget. If it wasn't for Conor McGregor, Chiesa would have fought Khabib. Like, he would have actually gotten a title fight. But because Conor threw that dolly at the bus that him, Rose, and them were on, and he got cut up by the glass, he was like, bro, I'm about to sue Conor because you just took away my championship money. And then eventually that lawsuit got like dropped. I can't remember the exact term for it, but it did stop. And I think the UFC was like, we're so glad that you didn't decide to keep pushing that lawsuit. We're going to give you a desk job. We're going to give you favorable matchmaking. We're going to like put you in main event slots. We're going to take care of you because you basically backed off of our biggest cash cow. Like people kind of wonder like, why does Chiesa get like some of this favorable stuff in the promo package? He got to fight in his home state in his retirement fight because he did that. That is the main reason. But I will say this. Happy endings are so rare in MMA that even if it is Chiesa, I like it, bro. Like I get it. He's not like an elite fighter.
How badly did we do Anthony Smith? Anthony Smith's retirement fight, you get a prospect, Zhang Ming Yang, who's destroying everybody. And then you get fucking started on in the crowd, and
That's because Nico Patel, he was not on the phone for them to ring to go in against Anthony
because
Smith.
you know where he messed up. I have to fact check this, so I don't want to speak with conviction here. But I believe Chiesa, when he had his fight booked, that's when he said that's it. Like I think he got the fight booked with Harris, and then he was like, okay, yeah, I'm done now. Like
I'm glad he's done. Whenever the only Chiesa fight I actually found fun at 170, he was actually a fun fighter at 155. At 170, the only fun fight he ever had, I don't know if you guys remember this, was against Carlos Condit because they were just scrambling like fuck, and it was so fun to watch. But other than that, Michael Chiesa, whenever I saw him on the card, I'd be like, fuck's sake.
Yeah, but when Michael Chiesa was sorry.
No, you got it.
Bro, sorry, just to finish up, this is my last thing I have to say. When he was walking to the octagon, the commentators were like, Michael Chiesa, he's a great guy. I'm like, you can't even think of a fucking memorable moment.
But you know,
you can't even think of anything to say. You can't even name a submission. You can't even name a KO. And he's had a few.
Wait, but you know what's crazy though? Shout out to Tom Aspinall. You know, Chiesa's been fingered by an MMA fighter. You know, when he fought Diego Sanchez back in 2019 on the John Jones, Thiago Santos card. Go back and like look at the tape.
Oh yeah, this was
Sanchez
days.
He was oil checking him, bro, and then in Chiesa you can hear him audibly be like, "Yo, get your fingers out of my butt, bro." Like, so he got some moments, bro.
Bro, the most memorable moment.
Yeah, he got some moments, but if I seen that nigga at the grocery store, I would keep shopping. I don't care about no damn Michael Chiesa, can we get a picture? I love your fights. Nigga, no nigga has ever said that to him. Ever. Ever.
And it's like, bro, if you're gonna do fuck it, it's just like, how many, like, I get it, he's a good company man and stuff, but it's like, come on, it's like, fucking hell, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, like, let's get on with it.
Genuine question, someone fact checks for me, maybe you won't remember, did Michelle Watterson get a promo package?
Yes.
What?
Did she?
I think she did.
I don't know if I'm getting Mandela affected, but I think she did though. Like we might have to like
Sure
find
she
this.
did. No,
But-
if you're gonna give one to Michelle Watterson, if you're gonna give one to Anthony Smith, then I get it. Give one to Michael Chiesa. But it's just like, bro, Nico Price. I'm gonna throw a little fact out there. I know more about Nico Price than I know about Michael Chiesa. And that fact I know about Nico Price is he got slept by Robbie Lawler. And I know another fact about Nico Price. He's got 8 kids. Those 8 kids, they probably wanted to see a little video. Like, thank you, Nico.
And he got an upkick KO on, what was it, Randy Brown? Did he?
Bro, they wouldn't even give him a fucking interview.
Yeah,
So,
dude,
so it's all this shit about, the company man Michael Chiesa. Yes, the company man Michael Chiesa, but it's like, Nico Price is right there, brother.
Well, at least Michael Chiesa's fucking gone now, thank goodness. But Marauder, what were your top 3 moments from last night?
Okay. So, number 1, Lurie and Douglas. Yo, that nigga has the best. He has now solidified himself as the best jab in UFC history. There's fighters like Kaya Sakura that have never threw a jab in an MMA fight before.
Oh,
He's
shit.
stinging. This is the nigga that he was stinging with the jab gave Melky's Alcasa problems. So when we're assessing him, you look at his record and you're like, who is okay? He looks okay. Why does he have 6 losses? Okay, that's fine. You know, he learned on the job. His jab is money. He's good. Crazy power. He's gonna be a problem. So I think he has the best jab in UFC history. Nobody has one better. That's my first takeaway. My second takeaway is Belgori proved that you don't have to be good at every single martial art. I know it's been proven many times, but Belgori's just a tall nigga. Daniel Cormier said on the thing, he was like, because how tall he is and shit, and he was stuffing the takedowns without even like wrestling shit. Like they're like, well, this is what happens when you suck at basketball and you go over to MMA this time. Like, yeah, that's the truth. Like, you can just be really good at one area, and the other will just come with it. So, Belgori did a really good job. Mamnul the leak. He was never good.
Abdul Malik. Well, he's actually a Division 1 wrestler as well. I mean, he just had a kickboxer.
Dude.
Just completely.
Do you guys
down.
fall into the narrative that D1 American wrestling is kind of getting fraud checked?
Doesn't matter.
It is.
No, I don't agree with it. I don't think it's getting fraud checked. I think it's just more common. Like, okay. Like, for example, being a D1 wrestler is like the same thing how it used to be. Being a BJJ black belt was a big deal, right? So in the 2000s, early 2010s, if you were a D1 collegiate wrestler, even though there's less of them, there's actually not that many compared, I think, to the 2010s and the 2000s, because we're seeing with NIL and Real American Freestyle existing now, RAF. So there's more avenues for wrestlers. But the participation between like D1 high level wrestlers is not super common. But I think it's just like MMA's. I know it's evolving is a little bit overstated, but it is getting to a point now where you can go to an MMA gym, and if you're decent coaches, you're going to learn the basics of sprawling, down blocking, like collar tie. You're going to learn those things. Whereas earlier, before, guys didn't, like, they knew how to grapple kind of, but they weren't training wrestling, like, really, to be honest. So I think it's just more, I don't think wrestling's getting fraud checked. It's just not uncommon. Like, saying the jiu-jitsu black belt, how many guys got a jiu-jitsu black belt? Like, everyone has a black belt. I don't even think Tyra has a black belt, but he's a better grappler than like 99% of people, because it's just changed. So, but also
kind of giving black belts to anybody
think,
these days.
Yeah. With my point, Mambubalik, he's not. I don't know why niggas like I'm literally gonna make a video that's gonna come out soon about the only prospects you should care about. People that were hyping up Membul, like,
his name is Mansour Abdul, bro. His name's not Bumble, bro.
There is no B in it. Membul.
Just call him Malik, bro. Just say Malik.
Okay. This is how you determine a true prospect. Okay. From the eye test, they have title aspirations. So that's number 1. Number 2, they're good everywhere. When has Membul ever showed niggas like he was?
Oh man.
Okay, I'm done trolling. I'm sorry.
I knew it was coming as well.
Huh?
I knew it was coming. I was waiting for it.
Yeah. He's never, from my eyes, when I watched him fight and receive Antonio Trolicky issues, I wasn't really seeing this guy as a title aspirations, a top 15. I actually picked Belgore to win because, nigga, you received issues from Antonio. That nigga is a poker player.
Oh
He's
my
a pro
God.
poker player in the state of Vegas. So
What's with your pronunciations today, man?
Bro, he's Bruce Buffer now, bro.
So, Mansoor, he's not. Niggas should never say his name ever again.
I think you meant Mamboul, bro. Mamboul.
I do agree, though. I do agree, bro. Mansoor Abdul Malik had, when someone just has no idea how to gauge that level of length. Like, I'm not trying. Whoa.
No.
Whoa.
Fast forward. Resume.
Pause.
Resume.
Resume. Take that
Pause.
back, nigga.
Resume. All right. How do I say this without sounding sus? In life, sometimes you encounter length that you've just never seen before, and you just don't know how to get around it.
Yeah.
So that's what happened in this fight.
Yeah, it happened.
My boo couldn't get through the
Bro, I haven't heard that song in so, bro.
Struggled with the length.
I have not heard that audio in years, bro. Oh my gosh, dog.
That's an old school audio, bro.
Oh my, that's like Vine era. Okay, did you have a third point, Marauder?
Yeah.
Or was that
My third take is that Terrence.
wait? Yeah. But yeah, before you say what you're gonna say, yeah, like tread carefully, son. Tread carefully.
I could get up in the camera with you too. Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Now say what you gotta say.
Terrence McKinney, he doesn't ever want to win. That's my thing. I think that Terrence McKinney never wants to win, right? So he won yesterday, but that's because his opponent let him win. When he's fighting guys that want to win, he can't win the fight. He doesn't want to win himself.
You don't think Kyle Nelson won to win last night?
No.
Low-key makes a point, Did you see that stoppage? He hit his arm.
I mean,
Kyle
bro,
Nelson never wanted to win.
Nah, but that head kick though did damage to Kyle Nelson though. He was already hurt.
Yeah, to his bicep.
Nah, bro,
yeah.
that power transfers over, bro. Like, dude,
No,
Dustin
he didn't even hit forearm. It hit fucking bicep.
No, bro, it's
the meat.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I've been in the room with Terrence. I'm gonna tell you this. Terrence McKinney is pound for pound one of the most powerful human beings to ever walk this earth. Like, no glaze. Like, I'm keeping it buck.
That sounds quite glazy to me.
No. Listen. I remember there was a time me and Terrence were doing body shot sparring, so nothing to the head. And I've been hit by some people. But Terrence hit me with a shot that genuinely took me off balance. And I remember I got hit with it and I thought, no, like I low-key, that thing in sparring sometimes where you quiet quit, where you get caught with something. So you start low-key just being super defensive and you want the round to end. You don't really throw much. That happened to me, bro. Like, dude, do you know how hard it is to get taken off balance from a body shot? Like the force of this guy is crazy.
I can't relate to that. Quitting's not in my nature.
To be fair though, McKinney does have ridiculous power.
Well, yeah, we're pointing out the obvious here, but all I'm saying is, Kyle Nelson, like.
But I think we all knew that McKinney.
In there, put Terrence McKinney in there with a nigga that want title aspirations. He want to get that belt. He want to
Musayev. He would have beat Terrence McKinney.
All I will say though is, I know McKinney got the quick KO, which is making people say that he's not patient. But I know this might sound stupid, but he did look measured for like the short time.
He was in and out. He was in and out. It was nice to see.
He looked like he said himself that he was going to be more patient, and he did look really measured.
He definitely got better, but he can't win though. So I'm looking at Terrence McKinney as like, yeah, he can knock you out in the first minute, but he's not gonna win the fight. So the niggas that he's knocking out early, does it really matter? He's knocking out like Santa Claus. He can knock those guys out early, and it's not like that's not cool. Those niggas don't have title aspirations. Kyle Nelson, he doesn't have.
How do you feel about Faraz Siham?
He fought him when he was just going through puberty.
Bro, Terrence McKinney was just getting in the UFC too.
Ziam's improved a lot since then.
Dude, remember he submitted him, by the way. He submitted that guy. He didn't even.
Yeah, but he's improved since then.
I think Terrence would beat him again.
Oh.
Do you also think that Terrence McKinney would beat Patty?
You know what? That gets into my 3 biggest takeaways, my big 3. And you know what my first one is? T-Rex is ready for the top 15, and he still beats Patty. And I'm going to explain it to you. Listen.
Okay.
I will break this down to y'all like until I'm blue in the face, right? Terrence McKinney is a better grappler than he is a striker. Like I kind of say the same thing a little bit with Pyfer, where Terrence McKinney was blessed with having like God-given level power. Like that, like he is a very powerful, he's a freak of nature, you know, literally he's just like, he has natural ability. But I will tell you this right now, Terrence McKinney, his grappling ability, which he's shown limited in fights, but I've seen it. He's a better grappler than Paddy Pimblett. He's better than BSD. He's better than a lot of that top 10, top 15. And it sucks that he lost to Duncan because he would beat Moicano. I think you put Terrence against Moicano, he beats him. But Paddy Pimblett, I'm telling you, Paddy Pimblett is no different than like, is he that different from like a Kyle Nelson? Like, no. Like, because remember we were talking about earlier about how rankings don't matter. Like you said, how Izzy's ranked number 4, but he's not like, he's not actually number 4. Paddy Pimblett's ranked whatever in the top 10, right? But is he actually top 15? Like, how do we know that? What? Because he beat Chandler?
No, he is. Because, look, nigga, fuck next gen Liverpool. Let me tell you that. But Paddy Pimblett is good. I used to say Paddy Pimblett was bad. He's good, and he can fight. Paddy Pimblett's a problem. He's going to stay around.
He was getting snapped down like
Gaethje. Hang on. What the fuck is this redemption arc? What the fuck?
Dude, I have to be honest. Paddy Pimblett is good. He's good. Let me tell you something. He's good. Because, I mean, like, if they match him up against BSD.
No.
I think
I can't believe he went from saying that Paddy would never win a fight in his life ever again.
But I'm telling you, though, go ahead, Ben.
Sorry, I'm going to say about McKinney and Pimblett. I actually see what you're saying, Jay. Like, so with Terrence McKinney, for me, I've said this before, right? It's not a question of is Terrence skilled enough or talented enough to break into the top end of the division. Because let's say he puts Paddy Pimblett on the back foot like Gaethje does. Pimblett's trapped against the fence. He's in real trouble. Like, and I mean real trouble. So I'm not actually disagreeing that he couldn't do it. But, you know, like when he pinned Chris Duncan against the fence and Duncan was in real trouble. But then, you know, we've seen this. When McKinney does commit with output, he does fade a little bit. When McKinney does, you know, when someone does drag the fight out with him, he does fade a little bit. Pimblett's shown he can drag a fight out. He's tough. He has a great chin. He has good jiu-jitsu. Like, I don't think Terrence would have an easy time with Paddy on the ground. Paddy's physically strong.
No, and 1,000%.
Paddy's also got a really good submission game off his back, although I don't see him submitting Terrence. But, bro, I do believe it would be... This is going off Terrence's track record, not how good he could be off his track record. He would hurt Paddy, and then Paddy would drag the fight out, and then Paddy would win.
I'm telling you this right now. This is my honest opinion, as objective as I can be. Terrence, if he were to fight similar how he fought Kyle Nelson, where even though he's not trying to get first round KOs, like I swear he's trying to now the Chris Duncan fight, even he will admit he veered off the game plan. He saw blood in the water and he underestimated Chris Duncan's recovery ability and he punched himself out. It is what it is. But if Terrence McKinney, I think, still goes in with a wrestling first game plan, he can beat almost anybody. I don't even want to say almost anybody. He can beat any single person. I don't even know why I hesitated with the almost. No, anybody. Like, the tough fights with him would obviously be like an Ilya Taporia or an Arman Saryukin. But that's obviously getting a little bit far above. I still want to see development from him. But currently, as he stands right now, he's a top 10 lightweight to me. But I still think he's Paddy. But it's always just a matter of which Terrence shows up. Does he go out there trying to be entertaining, or does he go out there just simply focused in on I need to get the win, by like whatever is necessary. And I think he tried to do that. It's just Kyle Nelson. We gotta remember, Kyle Nelson's coming up from 145 too. He's not even like a 155 or so. I think the physicality gap was big. But my second point is that Navajo Sterling, bro, he's here, bro. Listen, listen. People tried to say, "Oh, it doesn't have any finishes." He went and did that. That fight should have got stopped way earlier. Whoever the ref is, check his FanDuel, check his DraftKings, check whatever he's got going on.
But Jay, this is what I'm talking about calling somebody a prospect. Navajo Sterling does not have title aspirations. He went to decision with Turcos. He went to decision with him.
Bro, you almost like you having a stroke.
Bro,
nobody cares about Navajo Sterling because he went to decision with Turcos.
Navajo Sterling, go on.
But I was gonna say, but to be fair, like there's been plenty of fighters who've had went to decision with someone that wasn't great.
How old is he? He is a prospect now. I think he's a prospect.
Yeah, like Navajo, I believe, is like 26, 27.
He's
do you know what?
He's a prospect.
Do you know what, Navajo Sterling? Here's the what's going on?
Nothing.
Just go ahead.
Turcos. Okay, Benji, keep
I
talking.
don't know what the fuck's going on.
He made a 6'7" joke, bro. It was a 6'7" joke.
Oh.
Hold on. Wait, hold on. Okay. So he's 28. Okay.
He's a
Bro,
prospect.
he's not.
He's
Decision
a
with
prospect.
Turcos.
He's a.
Turcos.
He didn't.
This nigga went to decision with Blotto. Dude, can we not talk about him? Can we skip?
No, bro. Navajo Sterling.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I did think that. Can we just skip past this part?
No, bro. Nava's legit.
No, it's one of
bro.
Jay's takeaways.
Okay, Jay, tell us why he's legit. Let me hear it.
All right, let me explain this, right? Because people want to talk about he went to decisions with Tacos and Bellado, okay? Let me explain the Tacos fight, okay? Tacos, is that even his dude? I think his name's Tokos, my
Bro,
bad.
you're calling him a taco.
Listen, Taco, bro, I understand he's like probably the worst fighter on the roster, arguably, like 1,000%. But Nav showed he's well-rounded, bro. He showed his grappling. Like, I think, because I've known about Nav before he was in the UFC all the way back in 2023, back when he was still having some kickboxing fights, I believe, like in New Zealand and Australia. But I think Nav wanted to show, like, I'm not just like a KO artist. He KO'd that guy on the Contender Series. Like, he beat him quick. And I think sometimes with some of the CKB guys, they kind of want to show more dimensions in their game. And I think in the Bellado and Tacos fight, he was showing he was well-rounded. I get he didn't get the finish, but it wasn't bad. I get he slowed down a little bit. He didn't look like he had the best cardio. But against this Lopez fight, I mean, I feel like that kind of shows like, hey, I've got finishing instinct. I can now show I can make these guys who are not on my level look that way. And I'll be honest, I think he's one of the best strikers. Like, naturally, if you look at his stuff, I think it's called, like, I can't remember if it's like King of the Cage or something, or King of the Rage. I forgot what it's called in New Zealand or Australia, but he's got the legitimate kickboxing background. I think he's actually coming into his own, because remember, he started MMA relatively like not that long ago. He's still relatively green, but I get it. He's not flashy to a lot of people, but I'm telling you, Navajo Sterling is a legitimate prospect. I think he's going to be champion one day.
Yeah, Dustin Jacoby got a kickboxing background too.
I mean, he beat Jacoby. He beat Dustin Jacoby though. He beat him.
He's 205. He's gonna lose to everybody that's ranked.
At what level when you talk about
name me one ranked fighter he can beat, please?
Easy, bro. Like, can we pull up the rankings?
Pull up the ranking. I'll pull it up because there's gonna be nobody that you can say.
He could beat Johnny Walker.
Yeah, Johnny Walker.
Nope.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go. So 15, Zhang Min Yang. Yes, if Johnny Walker can chop up his legs, he beats Zhang Min Yang.
No, I don't want to do. No, I don't want to do this. No. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. What's your next one? I don't want to do this.
Oh, now you're pivoting because you know already. You're pivoting.
I don't want to make you do it. It's delusion. It's delusion.
Marauder. He could beat Nikita Krylov.
Yes.
No, he can't.
He can beat some people in the rankings. He's a good prospect, but he's nothing crazy.
He's no.
He would definitely He would definitely beat.
Let me.
But Usman would slime him out.
Bro, no. But just before we move on, right? With Navajo Sterling, I was watching his fight and I was thinking, He's all right, right? He's all right. He's okay. But, and as a prospect, he's decent, a little bit green, a lot of room for improvement. But then I thought to myself, wait, I'm thinking of Navajo Sterling, looking at him as a prospect, how I would look at like Joshua Van at flyweight. With these heavier guys, I need to give them a bit of leeway because you don't have to be perfect to break into the top end of light heavyweight. You really don't. And Navajo Sterling's not perfect, but I think he's definitely got talent. The finishing sequence yesterday was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he looked really good. But not perfect. But he definitely would beat Nikita Krylov. Anyway, people,
Whatever,
let's up.
What's your next take? I don't give a fuck about Navajo. What's
Whatever,
your
man.
next
Listen, my last one is the UFC. And this has nothing even to do with the fights, but I will give a quick shout out to Alexia Tainara. She's low key a dark horse. Like I feel like that fight got like drowned out with everything. But besides that point, the UFC hates the fans and they think we're stupid because of one particular thing. So a media member, like actually, by the way, shout out to a media member asking a real question. Like, shout out, man, to that guy. But he asked Dana White, yo, you guys are running AI slop ads. He didn't say that, but he said you were running the AI ads, and he particularly that promo with Izzy where it was like blatantly like you can tell it looks like AI. And he's like, hey, like a lot of the fans are upset with it. And Dana White, just to quote shortly, says, give me a break. AI is coming, and if we're using AI, who cares? People are upset. Why should we use artists? How about this? Shut up and watch the fights. That exact attitude is the problem with the UFC, I feel like, in the past couple of years. And I know a lot of it has to do with them being a publicly traded company under Endeavor and now the merger with TKO with the WWE. But first things first, bro, you are, what are they? Are they $1 billion company now or multi-million? Whichever one. It doesn't even matter.
Multi-billion.
Multi-billion. What do you mean, like, we should use artists? Like you're saying it like people, because someone was like, well, people are concerned that you're not using artists and not compensating. He's like, who cares? AI is coming. Dude, first of all, let's get the ethical reasons out of there first. It just looks stupid. Like, you have real promo packages that you could have used for Izzy, which you did. Why are we disrespecting Izzy with an AI ad, bro? It looks stupid. It's just like, that's the further thing where the UFC treats the fans like we're actually stupid. I know a lot of MMA fans are stupid. Like, that is valid. But at some point, bro, like, and then he's like, well, just watch the fights. It's that attitude where who cares about the Apex? When you're at home, it looks no different. Yes, it does. Presentation matters in fights. Like, I hate this idea that people go, well, just watch the fights. It's the UFC. The literal reason why the UFC is what it is and you don't have a PFL or another promotion that's competing with them is presentation and accessibility. If the UFC, for example, took any fight night card and it was on the regional thing, if LFA did Vahales versus Emmett, the same exact fighters, 99% of y'all don't watch it because the presentation with LFA is just not saying it's bad, but it's just not the UFC. The UFC is forgetting that all that time they've built this product, like they're now just starting to get like, because they've won, they're like, okay, we don't got to do anything. But it's just that attitude of who cares what the fans think. We're the reason you exist.
Yeah.
Like, we are the reason, bro.
So Jay, I agree with your point, and MMA fans like you, and you know what I mean by that. Like, people have told you many times, like, oh, I look at your YouTube comments in your video that you did, the recent one. A normal person that actually watches UFC, a regular person that actually watches UFC, like the first smart person. So yes, I agree with you. And if we had all fans like us, we could change that, and they would not do that shit. But let's think about like we're MMA TikTokers. Let's think about the niggas that be in our comments. Them nerd nigga. They do the looks maxing and the them niggas are just on Twitter all day. And bro, so what do you think that these niggas are gonna fight back? Like the niggas that watch UFC are weird, right?
Oh, bro,
like let's talk about it. Those niggas are okay with anything because they're okay with anything. Like I mean, dude, the MA TikTok community, they're weird niggas, right? So they're gonna be okay with anything. They're gonna take anything. This is where they get to come out and be themselves. So like,
because they don't know
Yeah,
Go on.
I was gonna say, I think, Ben, are you saying that a lot of them just don't have the perspective of what it was like beforehand? Maybe is that what you're saying?
Yes, right. Here. Let me tell you. So I want to give you. I'm not going to give you all a big sob story. So do you think me as a 50, well, I want to say 14-year-old lad, do you think I got into MMA? So I got into MMA because of Conor McGregor, right? Now, Conor McGregor, what do I think about? Do you think I got into MMA because of Conor McGregor's fights, or do you think I got into MMA because of his antics?
Probably the antics.
The antics. Now, when I first saw John Jones and Daniel Cormier's rivalry, do you think I was searching up constantly to watch the fight, or do you think I was searching up to watch the antics before the fight?
The antics.
One of the most legendary UFC moments of Daniel Cormier and John Jones is not the fight itself. It's when John Jones is sat in front of Daniel Cormier, and Daniel Cormier is telling John Jones, "I will die to beat you." And John Jones says, "Be prepared to do that," right? We could get that weekly. We could get fire quotes, like not weekly, but we could get face-to-faces. We could get press conferences, even Chael Sonnen in Bellator, right? We all know Chael Sonnen. When he said to Tito Ortiz, the only person that's good at making money using the mouth is Tito's ex-wife, right?
There's never no
We
marriage.
don't get shit like this anymore. Bro, the thing is with fighting, it's Dana White telling us to shut the fuck up and fight. Watch the fights. You bald fuck, shut your mouth, right? This is the thing with the fight game. People don't just tune in to watch the fights, they tune in to watch the story. And if your story is, I'm going to put this slop-ass, dumber, stupid Apex card on with no storylines, no face-to-faces, no nothing, then you have no soul behind it. And where the UFC is going wrong at the moment is they have no soul. They have no character.
Yeah, a perfect
corporate.
example of this.
Sorry, just to finish up. They have characters like Sean Strickland. They have characters, but they have no soul. They have no meaning behind anything they do anymore. And people that are now just getting into the sport, they don't understand what it was like when it had that. So they think what they're getting now is good. And what they're getting now is good. But what they could be getting is great.
Yeah,
that's what pisses me off.
A good example, a really good example of this. We mentioned the guy earlier, Kyoji. Do you remember what was a big part of Kyoji's fucking career? The Kevin Lee shit.
Don't you talk about my fucking mom.
Why did that fight night event, which no one gave a shit about? Let's just be honest, because Kevin Lee wasn't a name at this point. No one heard a bit. He was a bit yappy, but he was nothing crazy. And then everyone was tuning in to watch Kevin Lee get his arse handed to him because he mentioned Michael Chiesa's mum. And then what happened was Kevin Lee went on to win. And what happened after that? Kevin Lee was chatting shit to Tony Ferguson, set up the Tony Ferguson fight. And again, this is all what it comes down to.
This is the thing, bro. You had guys like Kevin Lee. He's the perfect example, right? Kevin Lee, at one point, I genuinely believe, bro, we all went, if you were a fan back then, you went through the Kevin Lee arc. If you're a true fan of MMA, you went through the Kevin Lee arc. You thought he only lost to Tony Ferguson because of staff. You thought, I've been there myself, brother. And then Kevin Lee ended up being, he didn't end up being the best fighter in the world for whatever reason. But even a guy like Kevin Lee, for a small moment in time, was able to become a star. And then he got shot down. Now, these new guys, they're not. You don't get a guy like Michael Johnson talking shit to Justin Gaethje at a press conference telling him he's going to kill him. Like, you don't get shit like that.
He doesn't
even the bad
shithole.
fighters, even the bad fighters back then, they could build a storyline and sell themselves.
You know what it is though, is that the UFC, you know, people like often we compare it to like WWE matchmaking, but they should probably take a book out of WWE with actually like letting stories organically build. The problem is the UFC is trying to make stories, but they're like putting two different genres that don't mix. For example, I'm gonna take Usman and Colby 1. I don't know how y'all felt about the fight going into it. I thought the fight was gonna suck because I knew of Usman, I knew of Colby, but before then, neither of them had like any crazy fights. But naturally, there was that whole, even though Usman is not even like Democrat or anything, but there was that whole like, immigrant Nigerian versus the MAGA guy with the red hat, and like he's talking about I'm more real American. There was actual like a story that just naturally built together on a fight that like didn't have that much anticipation before. And Colby and Usman benefited from that. The UFC didn't try to force it. It just happened. With Sean O'Malley, like, for example, a lot of his stories are kind of forced, like the Cheeto Vera one. I get that there's the whole redemption arc, like you're trying to get that win back, but everybody knew Cheeto Vera just wasn't there. Like you knew what it was. Same thing with Diego Lopez and Volk. Even though I get that Lerone nor Mobster would made like an intriguing storyline, people were just like, we saw this movie before. Like the original was cool, but we don't need to see the sequel yet. Like some things can just like let it happen. Like Mobster or Lerone maybe could build into being stars, but you're like literally not giving them a chance to. Like,
well, then
I
the
understand.
but then the big storylines. So you do get a potential big storyline. So imagine if they did face to faces now, still to this day, and they did Yair versus Diego Lopez after that press conference, and they didn't make it. They didn't even make the fight. They missed another opportunity to build. You say you want a big Mexican star, Yair Diego Mexico, boom, rivalry, boom, perfect.
Yeah, because like you guys were talking about earlier about Kape and
Kyoji.
Like I don't give a fuck about that fight. That's the reason I didn't say anything. I don't care about it because for what reason am I gonna care about it? Them niggas haven't. Kyoji isn't saying nothing. Cop talks, but he was talking to Joshua Van. I cared about just Van and because they were going back and forth on Twitter. Kyoji's not typing on nothing. So what am I to you?
Whoa! I will say, I think I could understand why you would think that way, but I will have to admit, their first fight there was like tension. Like if you go back and watch their first fight when they're at the face off, like they're having to like
their headbutting. Their head. I know. I seen that. Their face. They're upping each other. But I'm talking about the lead up. So that's the reason I fuck with Sean Strickland. Fighting. Because he's gonna go to the press conference and he's gonna go get 10 million views on Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay.
The last storyline the UFC built was Adesanya versus Strickland. That's the last true storyline that the UFC built.
No. Well, maybe that, but like the last time the UFC had a good press conference was probably the Yair Diego moment. How long ago was that? 2 years ago?
No, it's a year. So that's a year
about
ago.
a year
and a half.
Yeah, it was a while
But
ago.
like other than that, and then it was like Ilya Volk, but like nigga, why is there so much jumps?
I think the issue is like, I understand there's some fighters who don't put themselves out there most. I even told Lerone, when I was just talking to him the other day, I said, look, Lerone, you're up there as a skilled fighter, but bro, you got to put yourself out there. Like, I understand the UFC has dropped the ball in promotion, but you have your platform, you have social media. Go out and call your shot more, because you're having guys who are maybe not as good as you, but they're skipping the line on you because they have something that you don't right now in terms of like marketability. But in terms of the UFC storytelling, I want to compare it to Ryzen. Now, I know everybody maybe not be watching Ryzen or whatever, but I do want to parallel with this. So there was an interesting storyline that happened with Ryzen on their last event between Sakuraba and I can't remember the guy's name who beat him, but the Brazilian. That storyline was Sakuraba, his dad, and Vanderlei Silva fought years ago. And so that was like a rematch between like you know, two legends and now having like their prodigies, obviously Sakuraba being his son. For that audience, they were like, that's cool. Similar like with Conor Benn and Eubank Jr. Like that was like something that sold out an arena, because it's like that, it's like a, you know, it's like Creed, you know, type of thing.
And none of those two are elite.
Yeah, and then, yeah, like Sakuraba and I think it's Gustavo. I can't remember the guy's name, but they're not like anything crazy. But same thing even like with the way Ryzen does their promo packages before a fight. Even though I'm not fluent in Japanese or anything, they will show everything. Like in UFC promo packages, a lot of the time they only show like the highlights. They will show when the person lost. They'll literally be like, yeah, this person like overcame this and that in the third. But even if you can't understand what you're saying, you can feel this cinematic feel of like, oh my gosh, like when Mikuru Asakura fought Shadalayev, even though most people knew that Shadalayev was going to kill Asakura, there was that like intrigue of, you have this guy in Asakura who doesn't need to be fighting. He's on this little win streak. Could he actually do it? Now, obviously, the fight played out like terribly for him, but Ryzen understands the assignment of, they don't try to say we're the best in the world, we're this and that. they just want entertainment. Like, dude, sometimes you'll see some like goofy kickboxing match on there. You'll see bare knuckle, but Ryzen understands that the reason we all get into the sport to some degree is entertainment. But the UFC thinks that entertainment is like put John Silva in a title fight because that's cooler. But no, what's cooler would be. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, go on.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
They think entertainment is what Dana White said. He told us, shut the fuck up and watch the fights. He thinks the fight is the only source of entertainment we should be worried about. But what another good example, this is my last point I want to make about this, because I know I keep talking, I don't want to interrupt people constantly, but Wonderboy, one of my favourite storylines was Wonderboy versus Tyron Woodley. Now, do you know how many, we'll take a guess, we know Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, do you know how many bad words Wonderboy said towards Tyron Woodley in the build-up to that fight? Do we know?
Zero.
Fucking zero. Fucking zero. But Tyron Woodley was talking shit to him. Constantly talking shit to him. And then they did a little face. It wasn't a face-to-face, but it was over Fox News, where Tyron Woodley was just talking shit to Stephen Wonderboy. And he was like, why is this guy so mean? Like, why is he so mean? And then Tyron Woodley started laughing. He was like, oh, fuck's sake. Like, he's really nice. Like, even stuff like that, you build the storyline of Woodley's like a kind of villain. He's the dominant champion, talking shit. And Wonderboy's like this nice guy from humble beginning. You don't even have to do crazy shit talking matchup. But what you do have to do is bring the character of who you're trying to promote out. And Wonderboy's character, for example, he was a nice fucking guy, but that sold.
Yeah. And I want to build off that point because for me to break the third wall right here, because I see in the list like we have Moicano versus Duncan. I don't give a fuck about Moicano versus Duncan. I'm going to be honest. Fuck Moicano and fuck Duncan. That's a fight that I'm mad that's a main event, right? Yeah. We see in boxing, they had Josh Kelly versus Murtazayev. I know it's a title fight, but it was a smaller fight. They're facing off in a gym. It's getting loud. You know, they're getting views on Twitter. What are Chris Duncan and Moicano gonna do? Send me the money shit not funny.
Show me the money.
That shit's not like, dude, I'm not excited for Chris Duncan and Moicano. So that's like on the list. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, niggas want to hear about that? Really?
Yeah, they've got layers.
Because the way I make content on TikTok, right? If you guys notice, I only make make breakdowns or shit like that I care about. I've never like done a full card prediction or talk about every fight on the main card. I choose the fights that are intriguing and matter. Chris Duncan versus Moicano doesn't matter. Chris Duncan got knocked out by Santa Claus. Chris Duncan was getting his ass beat by Dunk Campbell. Like, I don't give a, and Moicano just lost to Beneil Dariush. Like, this is like a filler fight. It's such a dumbass fight. So like, I don't care.
But I would say we got to hear about Alfredo's big three though.
I'm just going to blast through them. Fuck Musayev, however you say his first.
Yeah, bro. He's a cheater, bro.
Fuck that guy. Oh my god. And that completely changed the fight, by the way. That completely changed the fight. Ignacio Bahamondes hurt him so badly, and then him grabbing the cage, oh my god, and then doing the fucking flying headbutt. Fuck that guy so much. I can't stand
Ignacio Bahamondes, the best guy in the gym. What are you going to do now, Bilal? I was sick of hearing about this. But I like Ignacio Bahamondes. I'm sure he's a nice guy. But the only reason he received any sort of promotion is Bilal Muhammad kept sitting there going, this guy's the best guy in the gym.
No.
He had some highlights,
bro. He's got one of the greatest knockers of all time, though, bro.
He's got some
but Bilal was going, this guy's the best guy in the gym. Honestly, this guy,
but he slimed out Manuel Torres. He's
good. I like him, but brother, he ain't on that level. You know, he's not on that level.
He's not, but he also got done dirty, like. Like Musayev, bro, he is not that guy. I'm glad that Orobai made him his little bitch in the first round.
Run the rematch back, bro. Orobai versus him at 170. Run it back.
He fucking bitched in. I'm so glad that dirty little cheating gimp. Number 2 I have is Bulgari is just cool as fuck. I don't feel like we have to go too deep into this. He's really cool kickboxer, and he has loads of finishing potential. Quite young as well. Young, 32. Not that bad. Got some storylines there if you want to build up potentially Adesanya's next opponent. Who knows? Again, a story's there, so the UFC will probably avoid it. But yeah, there's a story right there. He trains with Alex Pereira. Cool shit. And then my last one is justice for Adrian Yanez.
Yes.
Justice. I love Adrian Yanez. I will always love Adrian Yanez, and he got fucked raw with no Vaseline, and it pisses me off because he deserved to win that one. He was an underdog. He came off a loss against Daniel Marcos from like a year and a half ago, and he looked really, really good. His boxing looked really nice, and on his day, Adrian Yanez's boxing, it's fucking so fucking good. Like, honestly, it's so good. And in my opinion, he got robbed in that fight. And I heard on Twitter, I don't know how reliable the source is, apparently the UFC are treating it like Yanez won that fight. So hopefully he gets niced and they give him, I don't know, because I've always wanted to see him versus Peyton Talbot. Like, I was always gutted if he never did that fight because I know that Talbot called him
I'll be
out.
honest, I don't want to see that fight because they're two of my favorites, so I'd rather they not fight each other because I like them.
Fair. But it would be a sick fight.
But it would be a good fight. That'd be a good fight.
That's what I mean. That would be such a sick fight. And like, low-key.
I like, dude, I always talk, I don't talk shit about fighters. Like, I just say their holes and people get mad. But one person I'll never speak about their holes in their game is Peyton Talbot. Because I see it, and I've been seeing it. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to let that nigga fight.
The thing is, Yanez is, you know, he's a good friend of mine on TikTok. He shows me love, so I don't want to speak poorly on him. But also Peyton Talbot, he's like he's just one of my, not even just favorite fighters, but just like personalities in general. Like, so I would hate to see them fight each other. If they fight, I might just stay neutral. I might not even do a pick. I'll just break down the fight. I won't make a pick, bro. I'll be neutral.
Oh, sorry.
So I know I'm not tweaking. So I know I'm not tweaking. You guys see the holes in Peyton striking. You guys see, dude, his...
Of course.
Bro, I look at his striking, and I love it. Yeah, like the personality and like the character he is. Like, not character, like that's just him. Like, I love Peyton Talbot. He's one of my favorite fighters. But I just be looking at it, I'm like, damn, this thing's going to get clipped soon. But
Well,
I'm not
I know what you're talking about. Well, I'm asking you, did you see it in the what's the Lima fight? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I saw. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I just haven't said a word about it. I'm just gonna let it. I'm just gonna hope he improves. That's one of my favorites.
I just wanted to break the rules a bit. We only did 3. I'm going to do 4. Fuck Marauder MMA for what he did about Pyotyan on TikTok the other day. I saw it and I put my head in my hands and I was just like, this is an utter disgrace.
Name me. So, okay, let's talk about it. Me and you, just me and you, Alfredo.
Go ahead.
These are the judges. Okay, Jay and Benji are the judges. Okay.
Okay.
3-minute round. I'm gonna put the timer right now, and we're gonna debate.
Go ahead.
Okay?
Go ahead.
You ready?
Go ahead.
All right. 3, 2. Well, you get the first minute. Go.
Why am I
wrong? Tell me why I'm wrong. You saw the video.
So I didn't see the entire video because it was an utter shit show. So you're pretty much saying he's overrated, yes?
Mm-hmm.
So he's overrated. If he's
the most overrated fighter of all time.
Then if he's the most overrated fighter of all time,
I wouldn't take that.
Why did he just dominate Marab?
Yeah, because Marab dominated him already.
But did he not do it back? Did he not do it worse? In fact, he beat the living shit out of him.
I guess you could say that the rounds were close.
What do you mean you guess? It's easier to say
Peter Yan ever picking up Marab?
That Yan beat the shit out of Marab more than Marab beat the shit out of Yan. The only thing that Marab did was spam 50
Yan
takedowns.
Didn't punch him in the first fight. Yan didn't punch him one time. Marab
He had a broken hand.
Dude, Marab was still picking him up in the second fight and landing good shots.
Well done, but who inflicted the most damage overall? Whose face looked like a battered mess afterwards?
Okay, so he has one good win?
The only reason Yan had a closed eye in the first fight against Rob was because of an accidental headbutt.
He had a broken hand.
FYI, just so you know, my friend. Just so you know. Just so you know, Mr. Tate, man.
Defenses. Marab has multiple title. How many title defenses does Yan have?
Yan just won the title back, and now he's going to go on a long little streak.
No, he can never get a title defense ever because he's not good enough.
Oh, really? Well, he's going to beat. So you think Marab's going to beat him in the trilogy, Mr. Tate, man?
Marab can separate himself from his opponents and finish them. Peter Yan can never do that. He's never separated himself. Peter Yan
He's the only one to finish Aldo at 135.
Who's dude talking about Aldo? Name me.
Yeah, Marab couldn't.
Why can
Marab
separate himself?
Marab couldn't.
Alfredo, did Yan win against O'Malley?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. He didn't separate himself.
Oh, another guy who can't score fights.
If you're the best fighter of all time skill wise, if you're one of the best fighters of all time skill wise, if you're one of the best fighters of all time skill wise, you should be able to separate yourself from your opponent.
What do you mean by separate yourself? What do you mean about what? Elaborate on what you mean by
himself
separate.
means it's not close on the scorecard. There is no split
Right.
decision.
Yeah, I get what you
He
mean.
couldn't do that against Aljo
Right.
or O'Malley.
Okay, no, but the thing is, he just showed that he separated himself against Marab.
So this is his first time ever doing it. Is he in his prime now?
And he also did it against Corey Sandhagen, no?
Yeah.
Oh, Corey Sandhagen.
Yes, Corey
Oh, come on.
Sandhagen.
Are you fucking serious?
I am completely serious. Marab did it to
Okay,
Corey
name me
Sandhagen.
2 good Corey Sandhagen wins so we can talk.
2 good Corey Sandhagen wins. I would say that the Cheeto win is okay. I would say that the Rob
End of
Font win's
conversation.
okay.
Debate's over.
You dong.
I mean, I don't know. I completely went to get
This nigga just said Rob Font.
Rob Font at the time was a good win, yeah. Not now.
No.
At that time period, yeah.
Wait, what about Song Yadong though? Song Yadong.
Song Yadong was whooping him up. We seen that fight. Song Yadong beat him up, bro.
You can't say he doesn't separate him, but then in his last
Right.
performance, he just did the biggest demolition job on Marab, who everyone was saying was unstoppable.
Is that the end of the round?
Yeah, I'll take the 10-8. I'll take the 10-8. Yeah.
Right. Can I
take
give
the
my
10-7.
verdict?
I'll take the 10-8.
Can I give my verdict?
Go ahead.
Right. My verdict is you're both kind of right. Right? I know that might sound like this is kind of a 10-10 because
Yeah, it's a 10-10.
Is Yan overrated? Kind of.
Yeah, he is overrated to an extent.
He's kind of overrated because look, like Marauder's saying, if he was like this, if he truly was just the best fighter ever, he's just untouchable, he would have set himself more apart from Aljo and O'Malley and stuff like that. Although I do think he clearly beat O'Malley, in my opinion, like clearly.
It's
I
so
think
obvious he beat O'Malley. Like, I can't even lie.
But I agree with what Marauder's saying. He would have took minimal damage. He wouldn't have got hurt. I get what Marauder's saying. But
when we're talking about
I
best
think
of all
he is
time,
overrated to an extent.
when we're talking about the boats, like people throw up Ilya and Habib in there. When have they ever had a close fight? Niggas have never have to say,
Oh, Jai Herbert erasure. Jai Herbert erasure.
Jai Herbert. People forget
Gleison
about
Tabao. Gleison Tabao.
No, he knocked him out, dude. This fight
Tabao.
didn't even go to the
Gleison Tabao.
scorecard.
Gleison Tabao. Gleison
Gleison
Tabao.
Tabao.
That's because, dude, that's Islamophobic. The
Islamophobic.
Yeah, dude, that's not a close fight. That's literally Islamophobic. Not from you, Alfredo. From the community.
I was going to say, fucking hell, that's me down with shitter.
Yeah, no, not from the community, bro. From the community. That
No,
was
Tabao did
never-
win that though. Tabao did
Right.
win.
Okay.
Did win that.
Okay. I have the viewer questions. Just to
Wait,
finish
but
up.
before we get to the viewer questions, do we want to do viewer questions? Or we got to talk about Marauder's fight, or do we say that to the end?
Oh shit! Sorry, Marauder. Marauder, I have a question
Yeah.
for you. I have a question
What's
for
up? What's
you.
up,
Marauder,
man?
how's it gonna feel if you win?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very confident. I think that I already won this fight. Now that's a bad mindset to go in, but that doesn't mean I'm not training. I'm training every day. I just got back from sparring. I did like 20 rounds. My cardio's holding up. I'm becoming a better boxer. Working on that jab. I'm tying myself out. We're 3 weeks out, 20 days out, and I'm working really hard in these earlier weeks.
And guys,
So,
we can
the
vouch
fight's
for him
easier.
that he's working hard because we had to delay the recording of the episode because someone was just a tad bit late to it with me. So we can
Yeah.
vouch that he is working hard.
A question here. This is my name is Jay from across the pond. MMA. I have a question for Marauder. What does it mean for you to fight in America? What does that mean to you?
Yeah, so the fight's in Arizona, and I was like, man, it's hot here. It's kind of galore, but I'm excited. We're gonna have a big crowd there. We're gonna sell it out. So we're selling it out, and I think they're gonna move me up to the. I was just with my coach talking to him today. I see it because I posted the fight poster. 20,000 views, a lot of comments. He's in my comments trolling. There's antics, there's build up. So we might get moved up to the main event, co-main event spot. So we'll see. Because this fight just got booked 3 days ago. He might move it up to the co-main event.
Just a quick. Just.
Are you over there, kid? Yeah, you kid over there. You kid over there.
Just a question from.
What's up, kid?
Me. Are you like nervous for this fight or anything like that?
You know, I'm really excited. I've never felt this type of excitement before. Like, I'm very excited that I'm having a fight, and of course, like, once I get in the ring and there's gonna be a big crowd, I'm gonna be nervous. You know, I'm gonna be on TikTok live. I'm risking my reputation as a content creator. You know, of multiple images in my every single video of me getting knocked out on the floor. You know, that image can be there. But look,
We'll erase them.
me, nigga, for me taking a fight that I didn't have to do, that there's so much risk. I'm a badass motherfucker. Yeah, and these niggas gotta put respect on my name. I'm badass. I'm badass, nigga. I'm taking a fight for what, nigga? I'm 18. I'm in college. I'm doing so much shit, and I'm like, you know what? Let's fight, nigga. I stepped into training camp. I'm becoming a new man. I'm becoming the best version of myself, and I'm ready to box this savage baby nigga face off. I'm ready to box his face off. He's gonna come in hot. He's gonna try to knock me out. I'm gonna say, "What's up, nigga? I'm here, nigga. You ain't never felt the Marauder, nigga." Jab. Oh, what's up, nigga? 1-2, and that fight's over.
Yeah.
I'm going for the stoppage. I'm going for the stoppage.
So Marauder was just about to ask you. So, in regards to this fight, what can the people expect to see from Marauder MMA? What can they expect to see?
So I'm very so the only thing that I'm nervous about is that he throws a lot of haymakers. So he's gonna try to come out hot in the first minute and try to knock me out. And that's his chance to, you know, have multiple clips in his rapping videos and in Instagram, and for me to be a highlight, for me to be a meme, right? So I'm not gonna open up yet. I'm not gonna open up right away. He's gonna come out hot, and I'm just gonna stay composed. I'm just gonna let him do his crazy shit, and then I'm gonna get going later on.
What do you think about his shitty raps?
I haven't listened to it yet. Niggas have been telling
No,
me.
no one listens to it, do they? Because the shit.
Look, and you know what? I'm gonna tell you this. How much does he weigh?
He's 20 more pounds than me.
Wait, so he's like 180?
Yeah.
I'm gonna call my shot too. When you knock him out, pick him up, and I got him next too.
Yeah, nigga.
I got him next too. I want him next too.
He's a rapper. You know, them rappers have that, like, you know, if you guys go look at his Instagram, he has a lot of women on there that are, well, they're not my type, but
they're paid to be there, by the way. They're paid to be there. Yeah, let's talk about it. He pays those women to be in there in his music videos. And I'm going to be honest.
Marauder gets those women just naturally. They just flock to him.
They're all going to pull up to that fight. All them 3-0. I'm not going to say anything about it. But they're all going to be at the fight. And he's going to have his boys there and this, that. Guys, I don't promote this. I don't support this. But the niggas in my corner, and there's a chance for Khabib McGregor, and this is not, bro, like, this is not from my, I hope this doesn't happen, right? I just know, you know how you guys know how hood niggas get, right? I don't know how a hood nigga's gonna react, or his boys, to him getting knocked out in the second round. So, you know, I hope nothing crazy happens. My parents are gonna be there. My family's gonna be there. My friends, some people actually seen it on, and they're gonna pop out. You know, so there's gonna be a big crowd, and I hope for it just to be a boxing match. We're gonna box. I'm excited. He's excited. I was training all day. I've been, like, Thursday, I was training 7 hours. I've been training nonstop, going on runs. Nigga, I'm working. I'm ready to fight, and I'm taking this serious. So I seen on his story today, he was walking his dog, and I got mad. I was like, because here's the thing about hood niggas. They have very big confidence. Even just men that don't train. They have a lot of confidence that they think that they can win a fight. So he's looking at me as a knockout, and I feel disrespected. So I'm training, and I'll tell you guys right now, I'm going to make him a highlight. And nobody can say shit to me ever again after that.
Hey, I have a question for Marauder MMA. Can we get a Mystic Marauder prediction? How do you think you're gonna win this fight?
I was really leaning on second round TKO, especially with the amateur rules. Alfredo, I know you're an amateur. If you land like 5 shots in a row, they give you an 8 count?
You can do, yeah. It depends how much. I think it's more so if you like your head snapping back loads and it just looks really bad. They'll, yeah.
If the head snaps back,
if it's like bam, 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 like very clear, yeah.
first round TKO.
Oh, Marauder MMA said it, people.
My jab is gonna make his head snap back easily.
And if
my
the people, Marauder, if the people want to watch this fight, where can they find it?
I'm gonna stream it on my TikTok live. I might stream it on my Instagram. I haven't released that yet, but I might make a page just for the stream. We'll see. But
Wait,
TikTok live.
Wait, what date is the fight at?
The 18th. It's 4 to 7 my time from the 18th.
All right, listen. You know what I'm thinking? Tell that fake SoundCloud rapper to pull up across the pond. We're gonna do a face-to-face interview. He's about it.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Tell me he's about
I
it.
like that.
We're gonna do it.
I like that.
We're gonna do it.
We should, yeah. We'll get him on here.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
do a
get him rap
face-to-face
for
interview.
us. Yeah.
Next, yeah. Okay, bet. So yes, guys, I'm really excited. I'm really if you guys can't tell, I'm taking it serious. I literally skipped going to REF to do media to step into training camp, because not only do this fight's really big for me because I want to find out a lot about myself. I think that I have too much confidence. I know he has a lot of confidence, but I was thinking that I'm really overconfident. Like, I'm always like, oh, I can beat these niggas up, this, that. But can I really? I've never had a fight before. I just train. So I'm taking this fight to find out about myself, like to see what I can really do. And yeah, this fight's gonna mean a lot for me. I skipped RAF for it. I put some things aside, you know, and I'm ready to fight, dude. I'm really excited. So I've been training, and I'm gonna keep on training. And April 18th, if he doesn't pull out, because I think he's going to. Now, I don't want him to pull out. I think because he's really confident, but I have a feeling that he's going to pull out. If he pulls out, I'm not fighting another guy. I'll tell you guys that right now, because they can't find me an opponent. But the hype is already built up for this savage baby nigga. So if he pulls out, I'm not fighting, and I probably will never fight until influencer boxing. But April 18th, guys, if you live in AZ, show up. It's gonna be live. It's gonna be action. I'm walking out to All I Need, my TikTok song. I'm gonna have a fire fight kit. 3 rounds, 3 minutes, no headgear.
Last thing I'll say, if you get the win, not if, when you get the win, who do you want next?
There's niggas that are already calling me out for Anthony Taylor's promotion, and that's just noise. You know, I don't really care about them, to be honest. The next opponent, I called up Matt Nuclear. He didn't want it.
You know what?
I
know you bring up Matt Nuclear. I know this is your fight, but I'm gonna tell him this. I don't know how much Matt Nuclear weighs. Him, MMA Guru, or Crazy Kev, grappling match, karate combat. I want one of them 3, or anybody.
They did say in my comments that you got to make your debut next.
Listen, man, if any one of these MMA creator influencers want a grappling match, bro, let's do it, bro.
I don't want to fight.
No.
So yeah, they're gonna give me a chance to call somebody out, and you know, maybe I'll call out. Ooh, damn! I don't hate anybody.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what the victory brings.
I don't even know. Oh, wait. YK Osiris, let's get it going.
YK Osiris?
The UK niggas don't even know who he is.
Well, honestly, why not Super Hot Fire?
Hell yeah, Super Hot Fire.
Nah.
Psych.
That nigga look like he got too much durability. I want to knock out
the wrong opponent.
I'm coming here like my original game plan before I got my opponent was to outbox him over the 3 rounds, but now that I know that I got Mr. Savage Baby, the rapper, now my game plan is to knock him out. I don't want to box anymore. He's gonna come try to fight me, and I'm gonna stay composed. I'm gonna put that jab out there, and then sooner or later that 1-2 is gonna come, and I don't think he can handle my straight. I don't think he's gonna last from. I don't need to throw hooks. I don't need to throw uppercuts. I don't need to throw anything fancy. I just think that my straight's gonna be too much for him. He's gonna quit.
Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, Marauder MMA, he's going to be picking up his victory. He's pumped. He's pumped. Look at him. Look at him. He's fucking ready, man. He's fucking ready.
It's my celebration.
This guy, he's ready. He's ready,
hey,
man.
Jay, you know that picture I posted on my story?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when I knock him out, I'm gonna get on the top rope. Just nigga. I'm ready, dude. I got my song picked out. I got my celebration I got picked out. I might try to do a backflip in the ring if I get comfortable, but this is my first fight. I should probably, be more locked in, controlled. The only thing that I'm not doing is I was really gonna diet, but I'm gonna go get some Jamaican food after this. My cardio's holding up. I think I'm good.
Yeah. Right, lads. Should we move on to the viewer questions just to finish up?
Yeah, by the way, if you're a viewer question and you skipped this part of the video and you didn't listen to the rest of the podcast, we hate you. I'm just kidding. It's okay. It's all good.
No.
I'm not
we hate
kidding.
you.
Fuck you, you stupid knob.
And we will hunt you down. You will be Marauder's next opponent after he wins.
Yes. Next victim.
So, first question. Just Left says, I have a viewer question. Do you think Khabib would have been able to move up and become welterweight champion after he beat Justin Gaethje?
No.
So he would have been fighting Usman?
Yeah.
Prime Usman, prime Khabib. Oh, what a fight.
No, he's not beating Prime Usman. Bro.
Nah, Usman,
Stylistically,
bro.
that's awful for him.
Nah, yeah, Usman, man, we got to remember, man, Usman literally was like this. They said, go fight Hamzat. Oh, I fight Hamzat. And he arguably almost beat him, bro. Like, this is the guy we're talking about. So,
do we all
man,
forget as well when like Khabib used to have cardio issues massively, and then he started like things would always go his way, and then he kind of sussed them out. I feel like Usman having a lot of resistance and being a bigger guy would have actually gassed out Khabib.
Yeah, bro.
There is something to be said about so I know it kind of sounds stupid because it was kind of overplayed when Khabib was fighting, but Usman wouldn't fear Khabib. Like, this does matter. Everyone who fought Khabib changed the game plan. Even McGregor, bro, got careless, got worried about the takedown so much his hands were right down low. He was trying to stuff the takedowns. Alfredo's got his big bottle out, right? This is bro, it's distracting how big that bottle is, brother. We got to put that bottle away, my friend.
Stay hydrated, lads.
But I would say Khabib I think Khabib is a better grappler than Usman, though. He could take the back, he could rack up some control time, possibly.
I think he's a better grappler, yeah. I just don't think Hamzat, I think Hamzat's a more dominant. Actually, is Hamzat a more dominant
Hamzat's
grappler?
way bigger than Khabib. Hamzat is way bigger than Khabib.
Well, yeah, a lot fucking bigger. Usman's a big guy. I think this is easy. I think this is maybe not easy, but I definitely think like if it's going to a decision 49-46, Usman.
I would lean to Usman.
If you wanted a style, like if you want to build somebody in a lab to beat a guy Khabib, you get a guy like Usman who's got, I mean, he may not be the best submission offense wise, but his submission defense, amazing, rock solid takedown defense. And honestly, he could wrestle Khabib offensively. Like he could take Khabib down. He could take it there. I mean, and then on the feet, I mean, Khabib's got underrated boxing defense, but Usman, I think, Usman probably like,
jab his head off
him.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Usman would win that fight. Marauder, what do you think?
He muted.
Yeah. Usman will go fucking mad.
Yeah. And then, right, last question. So we only got 2 this week, lads. Remember, if you want your questions, get them in.
You only got
Austin.
2?
Yeah, just the 2. Austin
How dare
says,
you?
Austin, Stone Cold, more beer. Austin says,
What?
viewer question, who
What?
takes over the welterweight division after Islam is gone? So I actually have a better answer to this question, which is Michael Morales will be the reason Islam's gone because he was sleeping.
Yeah. That's the great way to end it off. Like, niggas, Michael Morales is a real deal, guys. So
Although I hate
have a
him.
conversation? Morales is really that good, guys. Like, do we really need to have a conversation?
I
don't
think
really-
it depends on who Islam fights next, though. Because let's say he fights Ilya, his next fight, which is probably not going to happen. I think he beats Ilya. If he fights Ian Gary, probably beats Ian Gary. I'm not probably, he would beat Ian Gary.
He would be.
Morales, Morales is one where I don't think you can do film study for that fight. You kind of have to coin flip it because Morales on tape doesn't beat Islam, but vibes and like attributes he could. But man, I can't pick against Islam until proof.
Oh, why are we all forgetting about the guy we mentioned earlier, Shavkat?
I'm gonna be real with you with Shavkat, bro. Dude, we got to just see him fight first, bro, because we don't even know if he's the same person.
Low
That's
key.
true. That's true.
Low key. Shavkat's career's over. Kind of. Low key.
Yeah, I made a video. He's literally parallel with Zabit.
Yeah. No,
He's gonna become a big what
He's
if.
a bigger what if for
Undefeated
me
big
than
what if.
Zabit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
easy.
Because he should have been fighting Bilal instead of Ian Gary, if anything.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Shavkat, and plus he's still rehabbing a knee and he got another injury. Like, knee injuries are nothing to play with, bro. I think if there's people at welterweight right now that I'm looking at, it's either Morales.
Is there any prospects?
I mean, who else at welterweight is like? I mean, there's a lot of guys at welterweight, but it's a matter of like, who do you look at? And
When Islam does leave, there's probably going to be I think it'll actually be quite a competitive division.
I would say if there's one person like besides Morales, I mean, oh dude, actually I don't, dude, because I'm looking at this like JDM.
Leon Edwards, resurgence.
Anyways, I mean, I love Leon, but I don't know, dude. I actually realized looking at the top 15, there's actually not a lot of threats. I mean, because you have Protest, Brady.
There's no one.
I mean, Protest. Okay, hear me out.
Prize and Morales, wow, what a fight.
Protest is always a live dog to beat Islam or Morales. I think I'm not saying Protest would win, but hear me out, bro. Dude, Protest might get outclassed for a little bit, but he always has the ability just to catch Islam at one point. I think Protest maybe.
Ian Gary, apart from fighting Islam, Ian Gary could actually be champ. I just don't think he could do it against Islam.
Okay, I actually found a prospect. The
Go on.
Korean Tyson. See, I
Did
can
you turn
hurt
this
Kyo.
fight- bro. All
right, guys.
And Benji,
Right, everybody.
call this shit off.
Thank you for watching. We appreciate it. Tune in for more episodes of Across the Pond Weekly. Marauder is fighting soon, so tune in for his fucking fight. And if you're not there to watch Marauder MMA's fight, you're a bitch. So you better fucking watch it. Bitch.
Bitch.
I'm going to repeat that one. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for watching. Adios.
Yeah.